Hello, welcome to Denmark, Tunisia, live. It is a watch along. The game kicked off about a minute and a half ago. We were recording something else, but we're here and we're watching it. Denmark have already had an early chance, but yeah.
What minute is it on?
It is on 1 minute and 41 seconds, Ned. That'll be Baz walking across. So yeah, we're going to be watching it. If you want to message us about whatever, anything, this game, the game this morning, Everton in Australia, anything, let's have a chat about it. Baz is just making the coffees and we'll have a sit down and we'll have a chat. I'm sure Ned will come over at some point as well.
Well, you say that.
You know, I mean, he's not getting paid for it, but that's fine. That's fine. Okay, Ned's
Apparently,
doing.
he can't do it today. He's working and he's going.
Oh, okay. Fair enough. Why would he go then? Oh, okay. You not want to stay to watch games of football, no? Okay. Big smack in the face there. Ball hitting one of the Denmark players in the face.
Right.
We've had issues so
This
far, haven't
season?
we, with the head injuries? You know, we had one this morning. We obviously had one in the England game. The protocols don't seem to be working that well.
No.
I know it's always dead hard to know what's going on when people get injuries, whether to stop the game or not, especially if you're in like the Bournemouth area. But
Yeah.
but a couple of bad ones in the last couple of days, and
Yeah, you can't. You've got to stop it. Anything. Can't take any chances.
yeah. If you've not already watched, the Wayne Rooney interview is on
Streaming now, isn't it?
Toffee TV Premier. If you want to watch that, it's there. Not right now. Watch it later. It's there.
Yeah.
Save it for later.
So,
But suddenly this game now, Denmark, if they can get the win, obviously France and Australia are in this group later on, so
Yeah.
Denmark need to get
it's
that.
not a good tackle,
Denmark need to try and get a win. But what we've seen from this morning with Argentina getting beat by Saudi Arabia is nothing can be
Anything can happen.
anything
really,
can happen.
You think?
Oh,
Chance for Tunisia early on. Good block.
little hand in there.
Does the
Go on.
Does the game this morning kind of mean that, you know, for England, that was a better result than?
No, and I'll tell you why. Right, because Saudi Arabia looked a really, really well coached side.
Yeah, strong, weren't
They looked really, really at it. I think the first half gave a little bit of a false impression because they scored early with a penalty, and then obviously had 3 disallowed goals. But the 3 disallowed goals were obviously because of a really good offside strap. And Saudi Arabia's press and high line early on looked like it could lead to Argentina scoring a lot of goals, but they didn't. They didn't score one. They scored a penalty. And the tactics were brilliant, and what that led to was them having more energy in the second half, because Argentina didn't really know what to do. They sort of tried to change the tactics before half time and slow things down, and they were trying to get people in wide. But Di Maria was rubbish. Messi never really got himself in any right areas, and when they tried to play that through ball, the Saudi Arabia backline was so organised, it just stepped up. And
there was a couple of like Martinez's little dink. He should have got that run right.
But to him, no.
Oh no, so it wasn't that one. It was the other one where he let roll across
the one
his
where
body.
he got the one with the dink.
Yeah,
he'll
was
say
close,
he got that right. I mean, you look at that, and that is basically
shoulder, wasn't it?
It's like the t-shirt line, and it's like, well,
I didn't mean that. Sorry, I meant
Yeah,
the other one. The other one where if he just holds his line, Messi pops it through. He's in with the keeper and he goes too early. It's like just hold your line.
yeah.
You know, and if they would have clearly, if that would have gone in 2-0, it would have been game over. But Saudi came back. Saudi Arabia came back.
Fair
The winner
play.
was brilliant. The winner
Fair
was a
play.
tremendous strike.
And I think I've seen people saying it's the biggest shock in World Cup history. I don't think it is. I think Saudi Arabia have always had very competitive teams.
They've had 10 clean sheets in the last 15 games. But that was Argentina's first defeat in 36 games.
But who've they been playing? What kind of calibre of team have they been playing? Do you know what I mean? So, but it's up to Argentina now to bounce back. You know. But
they've got to win
both games.
Yeah.
They've got to win both games. They've given themselves a mountain to climb, but you know, and they've done that before, and that's the difference. And it's funny, isn't it? Because loads of people you talk about, you know, loads of dark horses or who's going to flop. Well, they might be the one that flops. But we'll wait and see.
No, the problem with them when you were looking at, they've obviously got good players, but there's no. And I like Lautaro Martinez. I think he's a good player, but for me, there's no like target for them. So therefore, Messi, when he goes central, he's receiving the ball and get 2 men on him and he's back to goal. He's not going to do anything. You need him running at people. And Martinez doesn't hold the ball up well enough. He's on the shoulder once it's slid through. They need like that big, you know, the big centre forward. I know you say, but like people like Hearn and Crespo, they've had in the past.
A little bit of a change,
like
don't you?
You know.
Do you think, James has said this in the comments though, was that a bigger shock than Cameroon beating them in 1990? Because that surely was a bigger shock. I mean, you're talking about...
That then?
Yeah.
But 1990...
They were the world champions.
World champions, weren't they?
That was the first game.
That was a bigger
and Cameroon had come from nowhere.
Yeah.
And
yeah, I don't think, like, if you're looking at today's game, obviously that was a shock. But yeah, I would say the Cameroon victory was a bigger shock.
Yeah,
and especially because they went down to 9 men, didn't they, that night as well? Because they were just webbing Carnegie everywhere, weren't they?
Yeah.
So yeah, I'd say that was a bigger shock than today. Today was a shock, don't get me wrong, and I, even though they'd been a bit disappointing at half time, they'd had 3 goals disallowed.
Yeah.
So you were thinking they'll get a second one in the second half, 2-0, and you know.
Yeah. And if they had got a second, they would have won the game.
Don't forget, keeper's made an unbelievable save at 2-1 as well for him. Martinez, wasn't it? Was it Martin or was it Tagliafico? The little close range header, he made a great save, and then another one later on for him, a header right at the death. He's made a good catch and hung on to it.
Yeah. But the fans were brilliant as well, of course.
Yeah, good atmosphere.
Saudi Arabia shares the whole border with Qatar, doesn't it? So
they were loud,
you can't get
lively.
into Qatar by road without going to Saudi Arabia. So
no, and he made it. That was like a proper World Cup atmosphere. That, and that's what you want, don't you? And the Danes, you know, this is quite lively here. The Danes will do that here because their fans are tremendous as well. So it'll, you know, but for them, they have. I feel like they've got to win this game. Denmark gets them off on the right foot. You know, and obviously Australia. It's Brazil, Australia, isn't it? Later in this
France.
Sorry, France, Australia, Brazil. Because I can't wait for Brazil to play. France, Australia. You'd expect France to, even with the players they've got missing at the moment, you'd expect them to be able to negotiate that one, wouldn't you? But
just Ned, he's just destroying.
That's just destroying the view.
No, he's put.
I know what he's trying to do.
He's doing the TV aerial because the internet is
internet's
crap.
Not great, is it?
It is crap.
So yeah, they look at it as they've got to win.
Yeah,
they've got to win. I think, you know, Denmark won't want any messing around here. They'll want this game done and dusted. Because you will have teams who sit in. You see this in tournaments.
But
that's why I was saying the England.
Yeah, no, you're right. So that's why it was a shock. Because you don't typically get too many of those results anymore. Because everybody now is so clued up tactically that you don't get those kind of results anymore. People know how to defend now in just the low block at least. Yeah. And teams are not naive enough now to come out and say at the end of the day it's a 3-game group. You know, if you can nick a couple of draws and stay in it,
you've got a chance.
Look at Wales last night. First half, they got destroyed. And then they've made a little tactical change. But Kiefer Moran, who really should have started the game, and the game looked completely different. So
Still
Right,
a stupid decision.
This has gone off. So.
Our internet just paused for a minute. The game is 11 minutes old. I'm just going to try and fix this. If Ped just moves slightly to the left, he won't cover the camera. There you go. So yeah, just bear with. Get in touch with anything you want to speak about. If you've watched the Wayne Rooney interview already, what did you think? The Frank Lampard interview will be going on YouTube tonight.
What, lad?
Oh, flick header at the near post there from Tunisia, but it's over the bar. The Frank Lampard interview, which will be going on YouTube tonight, so check that one out. It's a good interview. 35 minutes we spent with the manager. What was it, 2 weeks ago now?
Yeah.
But it's a good interview, so check that one out as well. And like we say, if you want to see the Rooney interview, just scan the QR code on the screen there to become a Premier member and give that a go. Try for a month.
So come on then, who from the Tunisia squad are we looking out for here then? 'Cause I'm sure you've got all the...
I've
sure you've got all the details.
Well, you know, I can start going through it. We did them on the preview, didn't we?
Oh, of course.
Best players on the bench.
You know, and that's
Who's the best player, Ned?
Kasri.
There's one who plays for FC Cologne, Germany.
FC Cologne?
Cologne, he means.
In midfield.
That's a good header. Denmark just haven't settled really here, though.
No, but that's the beauty of the 3-game system, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Is that the group is that... No, these players... I mean, I think it's not an advantage as such, but I think you get a lot of the bigger sides, and they don't have that style of like where you build a club mentality.
Yeah,
Some of the other nations, I wouldn't disrespect them by calling them like smaller nations, but they foster a more of a team ethic, because these players, they have smaller pools of players, and you might be able to include Denmark in this actually. They have smaller pools, and those pools come through together over years and years, probably through the junior levels and stuff, and often can be around the same age group. You know, this is when we talk about like the golden generations. And I think Denmark were a little bit like that, but certainly like the likes of Tunisia and nice flick there by the coach.
Yeah, that's good, that.
You get these nations who I think people were talking about Qatar like that and Saudi Arabia, because all their players play genuinely in their leagues. They foster this togetherness, and I don't think you get that a lot of the time in the European nations. No. I mean, Denmark obviously are a smaller nation as well. But they're doing really well. So you could probably say similar about that. But I think that's where sometimes with this tournament, and with it being just literally a week after the season is shut down everywhere, it doesn't give you that opportunity to build. You're coming into these like a game like this. Look at Argentina. Like you could see that with Argentina, they looked really sort of cold, whereas Saudi Arabia looked really together, really knew what they were doing, and that comes from good coaching. But that shows they must do a lot. A lot must go on in training ground.
Absolutely. The two players in here you're really looking out for, one of them's on the bench, which is Mohamed Ali Ben Romdane, who's a midfield player. Plays in Tunisia. You're talking about playing in your own league. He's a box-to-box midfielder. He's not bad. And how'd you say his name? Skiri in midfield, who is playing. He's a good player as well. He's one who I think a lot of people will have picked out as their best player. But just going through like the team, I'm just seeing if they, like on the bench, they've got Kasri, Sassy. That's really it. Other than, like you say, Ben Romdane, who's a sub. He's not a bad little player. Talking to someone last night, and he was saying why they think England will do really well is because of the way it's come. Those players in the England squad are at a high intensity, and because the Premier League is the most intense. Normally, at like tournament football, the league finishes, the players have that 3-week break, and the intensity
that
drops,
intensity.
and then they all go in at it.
And they have to pick it up
They have to pick it back up, and they haven't really been able to do it. Where our players who have just finished playing last week in the Premier League are all at that level.
And the squad's fit.
The squad is fit.
So
So
if you look at France, they're probably the same, but their squad's been decimated with injuries, so they don't have those players to come off the bench. I mean, you looked at Argentina today; they didn't really have too many players to come off the bench either.
Oh. No.
And that's another thing where England showed yesterday that they do have those players, and that'll be interesting. I mean, don't get me wrong, the tournament's still early, but when we see the likes of Germany and Spain, what they've got, and obviously Brazil, I think Brazil are probably, now that we've seen Argentina, Brazil you probably would look at now and go, if they can get going fast, and that's always the $1 million one, isn't it?
Yeah.
They will be probably the favourites, but
England have shown today, haven't they?
England have put down a great marker to everybody.
Yeah.
But then, listen, we won't know till we've seen everyone play at least once where we are. But that's why it's thinking about this before. Like, it's so important that you do have those 3 games, and it does give you. I know the first game's hugely important, and you've got to get off to that good start. But you can't write anyone off. I mean, Spain in 2010 got beat by Switzerland and went on and won it. And they had the confidence in themselves, and they knew they just had to get out the group. I mean, often teams, France in the last one weren't great in the group. What they were was very solid. And then once it got going, just come in, Paige, come on, just come in. Yeah, we're on live.
Go on, you can walk across.
Ned's an idiot. Why would you believe anything Ned would say?
I was waiting up there and Ned said you were finished.
Classic Ned. Classic Ned.
Maybe we'll get Paige on the watch along.
Yeah.
I think people want to hear what Paige has got to say about the World Cup.
Maybe.
I think so.
We'll just go through so Denmark have got Schmeichel in goal, 3 at the back, Andersen, Kjær and Christensen. 2 wing backs are Rasmus Christensen and Joachim Mahler, who's a really good player. Everton, so they got him. Højbjerg, Delaney and Eriksson are in midfield, and they've got Andreas Skov Olsen, who Everton scouted heavily and allowed them to go to Italy.
What a shock.
And Kasper Dolberg are up front for them. Noticeable ones on the bench. Damsgaard, Norgard, of course, who plays for Brentford. Got Yusuf Poulsen still going strongly. Cornelius, who had a little goal in the Premier League as well, and Martin Braithwaite even. And then Tunisia have lining up as Darman in goal. They've got Bron, Mariah and Taibi as the 3 at the back. 2 wing backs, Draga and El Abdi. They've got Skiri and Laudini in midfield, and they've got Slimani, Djibali and Maskny as their front 3. So similar systems as Denmark comes into the box. Good defending to corner to the Danes. It's good defending. So yeah, it's going to be. It will be interesting to see like what England do. I mean, watching that game last night, Wales United States, there was a lot of intensity in it, but I don't think England will be like overly worried about either of those 2 sides. No. I know the games are very different, of course they are, but I think England will be thinking should be able to negotiate it.
Both teams are hard working. America were at their moments, but
chance.
But I wouldn't be overly worried about it. There was nothing there.
It's
lovely.
Brilliant.
There was nothing there I saw from America that you'd think these are going to hurt you at the back. Wales, on the other hand, nice
good
play.
Paul Shea. It's a free kick, that's yours.
Denmark. Wales, on the other hand, because it's a derby, and because Kiefer Moore is a handful because he's an old-fashioned centre forward. They were rubbish last night. Let's be honest, they were rubbish. Right, but you knew something was going to happen, and the penalty was so. Bale was done so well for the penalty because he knew the challenge was coming.
By Tim Dean. It was
poor defending by someone who's not a very good player. And that's where Bale showed that he's world class by getting his body in the way. He knew exactly what was going to come, and he took the hit and he got the penalty and he
His
dispatched
penalty
it.
was tremendous.
And he dispatched it. And
then they nearly go and win it then, don't they?
yeah.
I mean, they both had opportunities to win it, but ball into the box, free it. Corner.
Yeah. But yeah, England shouldn't be fearful.
No.
Let's have a look at some of the comments on Toffee TV Premier. Gary Ward says, howdy. Hello, Gary. Hope you're not too disappointed by the results. Tom Newton says, Kiefer Moore is everything I hoped Rondon would be. I was watching Kiefer Moore and I was thinking, why didn't we pay £10 million less for him than we did Malpai? But I know he's not a great player. I know that. I was winding Andy up last night by saying, I know he's not great, but
he's a handful.
He's a handful. And if you're going to have a second striker to Dom, he actually fits the bill more.
Who's not going to really play that much. Yeah. Ericsson, corner into the box. Christensen knocked down, cleared. Back with Ericsson. Great to see him back in it, mate. It's great
ball in. Oh.
Good defending. That comes back into the box.
Shot in. Oh, he was a save.
It is great to see him back in.
Mike Barrett says, but Argentina don't even have any Everton players. That is true. Mark says, all right, lads, I hope you're all well. Watching the Argentinians have 3 offside goals. Which Everton player from the past comes to mind when you hear the words offside? Danny Cadamati for me. Joe.
Joe was always offside, wasn't he? Tunisia are in on goal. Chance. 1-0.
1-0.
Tunisia. Is he onside?
Is he onside? Oh, he's offside.
Oh.
The late flag. Case of the late flag.
Took it well, though.
He did.
Be fair, he took it well.
I almost feel like Denmark knew it was going to be offside, though.
He is off, look.
Yeah, he's about 3 weeks off.
Yeah. Tell you what, though.
Yeah.
Because Kiar isn't quick.
No.
That's an option
well, again,
for
it's the high line, isn't it?
You've got the option. Took it really well. Outside of the foot. He is off, though.
Remember Joe, every time he was offside, but he'd always do the applaud.
Always the applause, yeah.
Benjamin James has said Anthony Gordon for the offside. Derek Palahonki says, Denmark could do some damage this World Cup. Damage to who?
You know the thing that I look at them and I think, have they got in? I just don't. I like Kasper Dolberg as a forward, but he's not prolific. Yusuf Poulsen is a target man type again. He's
although
Skov Olsen's good.
What I would say is that they probably won't look great in the group stages, but when they get out the group,
it's knockout football, isn't it? Anything
and it starts looking a little bit shaky, and people are
edgy.
Then teams actually like this are not the worst early booking.
Is it a booking?
I thought it was actually.
I have to see it again, like.
Teams who stay tight, who can nick a goal, are normally because apart from Brazil, and some people might say England and Germany, there's not like teams where you go, oh my, and France obviously, but squad depth. There's not teams where you go, they've got that player to hit and that player. Like France have got Mbappe, Germany have got like obviously a good selection of players. England have got
people
obviously
like Germany, you know, players like that, who the pace who go. Leroy Sané, people like that. Oh.
But that's where someone like Denmark can do well. Glenn says, the Christmas jumpers are my favourite ever piece of Toffee TV merch. And that is saying something. My question, would you consider making children's sizes? I thought we do
make children's sizes.
We were, haven't you? We've got children's sizes.
We've got children's sizes.
There you go, Glenn.
So there's the answer to your question,
Pat
Glenn.
says, what a start to the World Cup. How about my boy, Timmy Weir? Go get him, Frank.
Yeah.
Is he your son?
Good though, took his goal well, didn't he, last night?
He did.
A real threat.
Mikey says, afternoon, lads. Hello.
Luke
mate. Jeffers says, are these refs the new school for the Premier League?
Don't know. What?
He also says, I don't hate Newcastle because of their association with Saudi. I hate Saudi for their association with Newcastle. Fair point.
That is a fair point.
John Chadwick says, have you guys seen the football documentary Save the Squad on Disney Plus? No, it's one with Beckham, isn't it? But
I've not seen it.
I've not watched it because it looked very childish.
Was it?
Like, no, not childish. When I say childish, it looks like it's a documentary for like kids.
I've seen the
he's coaching a kids team, you'd love it.
Seen the adverts.
Yeah, he's coaching a kids team who were rubbish. Basically.
Okay.
Connor says, afternoon lads. What are your thoughts on the amount of added time put up? Personally, I like it myself as it takes away the notion of time wasting and wouldn't mind it if it was implemented in the league. Right, we had a little chat about this before on the 1878 FM podcast, which will be out when Ned does it. So I don't mind. I don't mind the added time. I just don't like how it's implemented. And we've spoke about this before, or I think we've spoke about this before. I've definitely spoke to someone about it on here. I am actually all in favour
like it, yeah.
for the clock, a proper clock, or you know, or make the game 60 minutes or whatever it is. And you play the ball in play. And you have a clock, and the clock stops every time the ball goes out. And so we actually know when we're watching a game how long's left.
Yeah.
Because this thing of look, the magic line.
Oh, it's the T. I know.
That was it.
He's massive. I'll say.
So
wouldn't have mattered anyway, that because he was way off. But yeah,
I actually don't mind the added time, but I think it's unfair. When you get to 90 minutes, that's when you find out how long's left. I think if you're going to do it properly, the players should always be aware of how long's left. Because I think it's... Put it this way, right? So you've got to the 90 minutes, right? And you're thinking... you're a player, and mentally you're thinking, I've almost done my job. Or you're a manager, and you're looking at subs, and then someone says, oh no, there's an extra 10 minutes to go. And you're like, hang on. So for the next 10 minutes... I've already made my subs thinking that we're in the last minute or whatever. Whereas if you've got a continuous shot clock, you know exactly how long's left. So it might be on the board 15 minutes left and you go, right, I can make a sub here because you know there's 15 minutes left. But at the moment, the way these are doing it, there's 25 minutes left. Do you know what I mean? Like, we're one of the only sports that doesn't really let you know where you are at any given time.
At any time.
You're just magically adding this time on. And even though that time might be legit, I think we need a shot. I think we need a clock that tells us what's left and everything now. I think it'd just be easier for television, for us, everything makes more sense. There's nothing worse than the end of a game of footy when you get to the 19th minute, you're hanging on in a game and then they put up a 7 or 8 minutes. It can just... For the fans, for the players, it can take the wind out of a stadium.
Yeah,
I think.
Of course it can. Especially because you're watching the clock counting down, aren't you?
Luke says the ref comment was me saying they're abysmal. Have they been abysmal so far? I don't know. I don't know. Let's have a look in the chat.
Never mind chat.
Yes, Andy, I shaved my beard off because I'm letting it grow out for next week when I go away. I took it right down. I'm going to let it grow out now. Got rid of all the scraggly hair and let it grow out now. Let's have a look. Oscar says, I thought Denmark said they were going to wear all black. No, they have got an all black kit, but their kit is completely toned down. So it's just red, but you can't obviously see any of the logos on it. Gone. Who's just signed in?
Me? It's signed. Just press yes because it's.
What number?
It's log.
What number? What number?
79. So. Off again. Is he? Oh, he's on there. Well on. Lovely first touch there. Oh, just took him away.
Let's have a look. The Blues says the minute England play a good team, they'll struggle to get the ball and end up knackered in the heat chasing shadows. Why? England are...
So
Again,
just do it again, mate, for us. It's
again,
very
England.
sick.
What number?
That's the number.
Hang on. Thing about England is, right, England got to the final of the Euros and to the semi-final of the last World Cup. They're not a bad side, and actually they do keep the ball well themselves. They're actually a technically good side. The problem they've had recently is they haven't been able to score goals. So, not really sure about that. Royal Blue says that Bale penalty was textbook.
Oh, it's a good ball. And down the back.
Tunisia. Oof. Good tackle. Jay says, saw a video 4 years ago. Didn't see Baz, only Ped. But crazy what a difference 4 years makes. James says the pen was a clear pen. Savvy from Bale. Oh yeah. No one's saying here it wasn't a pen. It was it was the way. It was the way he won the pen was brilliant. He knew exactly what he was doing. He got his body in the way. Oh, opportunity for Denmark on the right of the box. Can he get a cross in? Looking very much like a loud drop there.
The
way he moved his body.
He was moving the ball, yeah. Good defending.
No, he won the penalty brilliantly. Oh, there's a little touch on it there. Ian Clark says, so can you get a pint in Qatar or is it banned? No, you can get ale in Qatar. It's very much like Dubai as well. So you can get them in like hotels. So they have hotel bars which are like the doors shut essentially. So in Dubai, you have these they have these afternoon brunches where people go to hotels and just get bladdered all day.
Nice.
And I don't know whether it's the same in Qatar, but yeah, you can get ale over there. It just has to be consumed privately. I don't think they have. Oh, shot! I don't think they have they won't have bars. I don't think that are open. They'll have you go into a hotel and you'll go in a room and they'll have a bar in there. I mean, for God's sake, Andy Gray lives there. Of course, they have alcohol there. And they'll have maybe in restaurants, but these I don't think you can. I don't think Muslims are allowed to be in rooms where they serve alcohol. Which is fine. That's up to them. So if you're in a Muslim country, these places obviously have to be considered private. So you wouldn't just walk into a bar and be able to order ale. I think. And obviously the punishments would be a lot stiffer because it is illegal. It's not just, you haven't got a license to serve it. If they find someone serving ale, I imagine the punishments are going to be worse. So it's not a dry country. And I think at the match, and you can get non-alcoholic beer if you want it. That's up to you if you want it. I mean, but obviously in the matches you can't get it because, as far as they're concerned, there's gonna be, and this was one of the things where they've obviously changed their minds on, or whatever you want to say, but because they're a Muslim country and there will be other Muslims at the games, as far as they're concerned, they're not. But the boxes would be considered private, I imagine, where they are serving alcohol. Yeah. So again, it's a case of,
if you've got the money,
you've got the money, you can do what you want. Let's be honest. I mean, okay, listen. The Blues says against Croatia chasing shadows, against Italy chasing shadows. I don't agree with you, but fair play. I think England have got a good side. Have they got a good enough side to win it? Maybe not. But I don't think they chase shadows.
We'll see, won't we? We'll see.
Luke says, I'm really enjoying the Winter World Cup. Some real good games and a nice break from league. Reminds me I actually love footy, but the Prem and UEFA have sucked the life out of it. Yeah,
good. That's good way of looking at it, mate. Just watch footy and enjoy it for what it is, rather than the pressure or feeling like it's
and I think that's,
to some extent.
I think that's what the criticisms are so far, in a way. And listen, we're not there. I can't sit here and say what's going on. But football is supposed to be, the World Cup, or any tournament is supposed to be like a festival of football, isn't it? It's supposed to be what goes on around. It's supposed to be that you go back to wherever there is, a fan park, or back to the town that you're in, and you have a bevy with people from other nations, and you talk about it, and there's loads of colour, and the atmosphere is brilliant, and people from the outside, it seems to us like that's not happening over there. But listen, We don't know that. We're not there. We're just hearing all the little stories. And like we said yesterday, it's strange that Qatar there are pockets of these little stories coming out. Stuff like on the pitch, the armbands. I mean, that's nonsense. They could have easily just let that go, and everyone would have gone, oh, that UEFA have done well there. They could have, there's stuff about stopping people from going into the grounds with rainbow stuff on. I mean, that's just, how can a rainbow flag or logo or hat or whatever be considered an official statement of something? They could have let all that go and people would have gone, oh, what a very tolerant place and people.
It just seems like they're highlighting their own things.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
That's what it feels like. Them doing it, making people have a look at them and go, why is this going on or whatever, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It just seems a bit weird.
Connor says, all right, lads, what are your thoughts on the amount... Oh, we've done that, haven't we? Benjamin says, Yusuf Fofana is a play to watch out for. France. Okay. Brian says, our refs are so influenced that at the time is open to abuse, depending on the club badge here, need a rugby countdown clock. Yeah, I like the idea of a clock, personally.
I think if you've got a clock, then everyone knows where they're up to with it, don't they? Whether you like that or not. But at least you'd know.
And if they're going to do it in this manner,
that light's going to have to go off in a minute because I can only see a bit of the telly.
If they're gonna continue in this manner, having all this time, and this is going to be something that continues, then you might as well have that countdown, a clock that is continuous.
Yeah. Corner to Tunisia, 38 minutes. Oh, referee stopped it again.
Michael Cosgrove says you can only pick one for the rest of the season, only to go in to the Everton starting line. Messi, Ronaldo, Benzema, Lewandowski, or Kiefer Moore. Who and why?
Say them again.
Messi, Ronaldo, Benzema, Lewandowski, Kiefer Moore.
Lewandowski.
Okay. Yeah, I think I'd probably go him as well. But then again, we have no one to create, so maybe Messi.
Yeah, but Messi be creating them for who?
Himself.
No. I love Messi and he's amazing. That'd be great to watch. But
Messi, because Lewandowski just wouldn't get any service because we're crap. Luke says, I am really enjoying this winter break, and I've already said that one.
So far, Denmark have had 2 attempts at goal, and Tunisia have had 5.
Yeah.
But both of them
a very open game.
On target. Tunisia going full Everton with none on target.
AJ No says, do you think every time a player goes down from a corner, it's always a free kick because the ref can't see it, e.g. the goalie or defender? Well, it's not though, is it? But that's all. The thing about what you always find in football is there's always you always find a referee will always find a way to make up what's happened. So if he gives a free kick outside the area and then realises it wasn't actually a free kick, he'll always find something in the box to equal it up so nothing bad comes of it. So there is that sometimes, but no, referees have got to be strong. AJ No says, also impressed with Alex Scott yesterday. Yeah, should have good game.
Yeah, she's boss, Alex Scott.
Yeah, so been a pretty even game so far. Reminds me a little bit of the Holland game from yesterday, which didn't really get going till it got going in the first 30 minutes and then didn't get going again till the last 15.
Yeah.
See, again, this is a team like Tunisia who've got tactical nous and a discipline, but then
Mathew chance.
Oh, he just went past them.
Right the way across.
Tunisia have got a lot of... Oh, little flip-flap. Oh!
Goes down.
Goal kick. He leaned on him, but it was too much. I mean, now he's waving his hands like he just doesn't care. What's he doing? Oh, is it injury for Denmark? Doesn't look good. Is that Højbjerg? Højbjerg, sorry. No, that's just... He's stronger than you, lad. He's just stronger than you. Shoulder to shoulder, that. Oh.
Not happy there.
Who was it, Delaney?
Oof.
He's fallen on his knee.
Yeah,
Caught him right
yeah.
on top of his knee there.
Thomas Delaney looks in a bit of pain
God,
there.
we've been linked with him for years, haven't we?
Yeah.
Dortmund now, isn't he?
No, he's left Dortmund, he's gone somewhere else. Sure he left in the summer. Good old Thomas.
41 minutes gone.
41 and a half.
Yes, very much so. We will wait and see how much... What was that throw? You see that? The goalie went to throw it and looped it up in the air.
And he just got away with it. It's the ball forward. These are dangerous on the break, Tunisia, because the threat is there for them. That's it, a box against
Big chance! Oh, it's a finish! He saved it!
That is
a
hell
save,
of a save.
that.
And he's not offside.
Oh my God, what a save!
He's got to score
He
that.
tried to be dead clever and do a little dink over the keeper.
He had to score
Oh, he's not
He
offside
deflects off
either,
the
is he?
defender though. He might get it to the defender though, doesn't it?
No.
Oh, doesn't it?
Oh, what a save that is by Schmeichel.
I
What a save that is.
think that'd have been reeled off, you know.
That is a superb.
I think
and yet
he'd
they
have
had
reeled
it,
that
but
off,
they get a
yeah.
corner. How stupid
That's
is
what's
it?
mad.
That's
I think he'd have been
stupid.
off. If that had gone in, it'd have been reeled out. Yet they've got a corner and he might score off the
That
corner.
is a huge chance, that.
It's just crazy.
Huge chance. It's mad, isn't it? The way they do it.
It's the corner into the box.
Michael's gone for it, won't he?
Oh,
What about that one last
Another
night?
attempt.
In the last minute in the Wales-USA
Wow.
game with the keeper? And Bale was about to get striking,
and
the
he
lad
lads
brought
it.
him down.
Proper shit-housery, that one.
Love it, love it.
Chuck him out. Chuck him out. No problem.
This is some save, this, by the way.
It's a great
He tries
save.
to be too clever, doesn't he? Tries to dink him. Fair dink him. What's happening, Ned?
Just telling Page, if she's any bad comments, delete him. Don't ban him. Someone said why Ned got 7 toes.
Ned's got 8 toes.
No, I'm not.
No, you actually lost 2. Saving a cat from a fire once.
Oh, that's... It wasn't a cat, it was a baby.
It was a baby cat.
No, it was just a baby.
No, people prefer kittens to babies.
Alright, it was a baby dog.
I'm getting a kitten in 6 weeks.
Oh, Paige, you'll lose that as well.
And there was a-
You'll put it down somewhere and go, where did I leave my kitten?
I've picked it and everything.
There was also a grizzly.
Michael Cosgrove says, a country from each continent you would like to see do well at the World Cup. And then he's named all the continents.
It's just he's showing you.
Okay, so Asia, who do you want to see do well out of Asia?
Australia.
Australia, who are in the Asian Confederation.
Yeah,
So
that's
before
right.
people start going, meh, 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 meh.
Yeah, you should be
Africa.
Oceania, but it's not anymore.
Africa.
Would it be Senegal for Ghana? But
I'd go.
no, Tunisia.
No, I had Cameroon. I've got a little affiliation. No, just that because.
Okay,
No, Nigeria.
Not in it.
No, I don't care if they're not in it. I'm talking about in any
What
World
does you
Cup.
just mean normally? I thought you had the World
Okay.
Cup.
Well, if you want at the World Cup,
At the World Cup,
okay, let's
Senegal.
go at the World Cup. Makes it easy, doesn't it? Australia, and then I'm going to say Senegal. Yeah, Europe, France,
England.
North America,
United States.
Canada.
I know what I like Canada.
Canada, South America,
Brazil. Not even a question.
Argentina. You can't say Australia, Oceania because they've only got one team in it, and Australia, he's gone off. Thomas Day looks gutted. Australia, Oceania, they've got only one team in it, and they're in Asia, so you can't have that. Antarctica, Penguins,
Penguin FC
Penguin FC,
would be good.
Page just said it's the countries in Antarctica.
What countries?
To be
are,
fair, you said Saudi
countries
Arabia were
are
getting
in-
the Euros,
yeah,
so
yeah. To be fair, what countries are in Antarctica, Ned?
Yeah, no.
The North Pole.
The North Pole. The North Pole
the country.
is in the country of the North Pole is in Antarctica.
Fair play.
Classic Ned.
Fair play to him.
South Pole, I think, actually.
South Pole, the country.
There's no East Pole. They didn't put one up.
There's no East Pole. Fair enough.
They put a flag there, it's the East flag.
I'm really glad you're not mic'd up, Ned,
Yeah. No one wants to hear what Ned's saying.
because you just sound like a crazy person.
Yeah,
An
he
absolute crazy person.
does. I'm mad.
Only 4 extra minutes.
I
So
mean, this
clearly
is
nothing's happened in the game. Oh,
Delaney was down as well.
yeah. We're in the first minute of the 4.
Tunisia on the break again. These look dangerous on the counter attack.
Energy, loads of energy. I think the Pip's coming in tomorrow, isn't he?
Is he?
I think he might be. Andy, wink once if you're coming in tomorrow.
You won't see him.
I see everything, Ned. Oh, look at that for that ice pack. That is an ice pack.
Yeah, hopefully it's just a impact injury for him.
Oh, do you? Because it looked like he hyperextended it.
No, he did, but I'm saying he'll be open, won't he? He'll be open for an impact injury.
Oh, good knock.
It's a good ball, good touch. Go on,
Does
then.
look very much like Laudrup, doesn't he?
Good tackle. Good tackle.
Except he can't get past people.
He has got past them, but he's just... he just gone before he went past them and then went tried to beat him again with full Peter Beagley on him.
Oh, what's he? Foul on the edge
Foul
of the box.
box.
On the
Referee letting
corner
it
of the
play.
right side.
It is Scott Olsen is... he has got a little bit of thingy about him.
Oh, he took him as well. He sweeped the leg there. He's gone full
Full leg sweep.
Karate Kid.
He has gone full Johnny.
Have you got a problem with that, Johnny?
Full Johnny Lawrence.
No sensei. So we're in the 48th minute. Minute and a half left of the injury time, or added on time, as it's called now. Christian Eriksen over the ball. Wonder what Inter Milan think.
Of Everton.
Seeing him, like, you know, playing for Manchester United, playing in a World Cup. I know it's the Italian regulation that you can't play, but they must think, what's going on?
That's
Ball
a ball
in.
in.
Hey, ball. Well defended.
Good defender.
Well, they must have been compensated, mustn't they?
They must have been
By
for the
feet,
simple
by
reason
UEFA.
that, for the simple reason that
Corner.
UEFA have, you know, their own stipulations.
Well, it's the Italian FA, isn't it? Because he can play in Europe and he can play in, but obviously it occurred playing in a UEFA tournament, so they must have paid some compensation to him, to Inter. It's
mad, isn't it? Because, you know, you've seen yesterday Daley Blind playing, and he's had the same thing, hasn't he? He's got a defibrillator in his, hasn't he? And he's playing for Ajax, isn't it, and all that. So,
right, half time, 0-0. Brilliant save by Kasper Schmeichel has kept the scores level. To be honest, and Denmark haven't really done too much.
The Blues says, I've answered for the piv, get him in, with the little wink. Okay. And James says, Milan doesn't have much to say. I think they wish they still had him.
No, I'm just saying, what I meant was, I wonder what they think, seeing him play. I know they don't have any say, it's Italian regulations, but I wonder what they think. Because didn't they lose Carney? Did they lose Carney to the same thing?
I think they might have done, yeah.
So, you know, they've seen players go on and have good careers. So, there you go.
Ned, are we ready with?
Yeah, man.
So good, the thumb up. So this is coming on, and then we're going to have a break, but we'll be back for the second half. So go and watch this first, and then go and get yourself a drink. See you in a minute. Enough time's passed. There's been loads of rumours. We've heard all the stories. But come on, tell me. Why did you leave Everton?
Hello, and then you need to press the clock.
Do you know how I showed when I said timer on sauces?
But you could have left where it is on the sauce.
It's called timer.
Right, I'm on it. I can't hear you.
All right, just press. Yeah, you've pressed it. It's all right.
I can't hear you.
When
Turn
I'm 4
monitoring
seconds
on.
ahead.
Monitoring's off.
We're back. Yeah,
Yeah, I can hear you.
Ned's joined us. So,
And he's messed up the timer, but
Oh!
that's fine.
I don't know.
and you can now. So, yeah, second half. Obviously, Ned's here now. So, feel free to say things.
I just want to watch the game, man.
Oh, do you just want to watch the game?
I've done-
So you're not being paid for this then, obviously.
I have told
man.
him this.
I'm doing socials.
Are you doing
You're not,
socials
because
though?
how can you watch the
Yes.
game and do socials?
How can you do what?
Because I'm a multitasking
You're not,
genius.
though, are you?
On the fair,
I'm waiting for this video to be uploaded. So
I'm just quite happy because
put
I
clips
know
out
that
on my
everything will
phone.
be out before you go, which is fine. The corner to Tunisia straight
is.
away. First
the
ball
tune,
in.
the tune up. Ooh,
Oh, it's had a little flick.
tune boys.
warm again
Very
now.
good. That was a waste, that.
That was.
The chance to put that into the box properly. And he didn't want to do it. So there you go.
Can I just firstly apologise for Ned wearing shorts
Yeah,
and sliders.
Yeah.
It is very unprofessional.
massively.
For some reason
Especially in the winter.
he's just started doing this thing of wearing shorts and sliders, and I don't know why. He must have seen Cam do it once or something.
Yeah.
And I don't understand why.
Cam always wears Monterex
I
pants.
don't
so that's
understand
not
why
true.
he started wearing
And
shorts and
110s.
sliders to come into work. I think we should actually enforce a strict uniform policy, Baz. I think we're being far too lenient on him because, quite frankly,
far too warm.
quite frankly,
It's freezing cold. It's
Quite
literally
frankly,
warm
freezing.
in
The
it.
windows
It's warm
open.
in here.
It's freezing in
I'm
this room.
sweating.
quite frankly,
That's
it's
you, 'cause you're strange.
you've got a big house top on. Quite frankly, it disgusts me. It really does disgust me. But
I'm just waiting for the Blaines to say something, and then once then
Paige has come in,
it'll be changed.
looking very professional.
Oh,
very
massively
smart.
professional.
And Ned looks like a stick of the dump.
Nothing fits me anymore.
Nothing. Why? Because you've gone so swelled.
I'm just so fat.
Well,
You're not fat at all.
Oh,
So
thanks,
stop using
Baz.
silly things. People won't appreciate it.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, boys, but this light's going off. I actually can't.
turn it off. I mean,
Which
you said
one?
that about 40 minutes ago.
Oh, and then I forgot to keep thinking.
You just turned it off.
I just pointed at me.
No.
Good,
Is
I
it-
mean, that's literally what you do to me every day. I'll just do this. Oh, wait, no, I can't actually see. So where we go.
I'm
48 minutes.
still waiting for Ned to do some kind of social thing.
So, who else is in this group?
Ivory Coast and Spain.
What social things he not done? Because he won't be sat here unless he's done all of
No,
his
no.
work, obviously.
He just said he was coming on to do
The jobs I've had to do, I've just done.
No, I was waiting for you to do some like kind of social thing here. Like I don't know. I thought like maybe read some comments out
Or speak. No,
or
speaking.
just like.
I'll
you
do
know,
some comments. I'll just.
No,
tweet
yeah,
them.
I'm on the comments. I can't let Ned, can't trust
I'm
him.
just astonished that there's a club in the World Cup wearing Kappa.
Fair play to them. Colin Taylor says, well done, lads. And Royal Blue says, gives me goosebumps, the Rooney.
Oh, okay. That's one of them. I
Very
thought
good.
maybe he was just cold.
Very good. The Pivot says, did you ask me something?
I asked you. You said when are you coming in, and I said Wednesday, and you never let me know.
He said probably Thursday. We've got full house Thursday.
Steve Kelly's coming in Thursday.
Steve Kelly.
I
John-
thought he'd
John
want to.
Blaine's normally here
I
Thursday.
thought he'd want to come in tomorrow because there's like hipster games on. Spain and Germany are both playing.
Likes a hipster game, doesn't he?
So, he'll come in telling us like there's a Spanish embryo.
I don't.
Ready to
I'd
emerge.
not see Route 1 for the Piv.
Yeah.
It's the embryo would be the Tunisian third division
Okay.
left back, wing back, stroke goalie.
Fair enough.
He'll tell you about. Things like Germany and Spain, he's not.
Yeah,
really,
but it's a World Cup.
He's
you
bored
need,
with
you
that.
need to make sure you've got these things covered.
Oh, you've got to have it covered.
You know what I mean?
He's always got it covered. Mr. Piv. He's the greatest dancer. That's what he's like.
Yeah. Well, we're 50 minutes in, and
Denmark are having a bit
Denmark
of
have done
possession
nothing.
now, aren't
They've done nothing.
Oh, they created
They've
them.
done anything. To be honest, they've been crap. Tunisia have had the best chances not taking them. I mean,
Yeah,
I feel like Denmark.
Yeah, I've had the ball in the net.
I feel like Denmark are coached by Roberto Martinez by the amount of times the ball's gone along the back line. But they've got it out here wide now.
There's Jakob Mal. Makes it in.
But again, gone full out. Just give it back to Jordan Pickford. Go on. Give it back to Jordan.
Send
Oh,
away.
well.
Yeah, now what can you do? Mal,
He's done well, but he's got nothing to get. He's got
worked it out. It's out towards Skov Olsen. Is this Christensen or Eriksson? Cross in.
Oh.
Defended well, Tunisia.
Yeah.
Men behind the ball.
I've made it really easy. Oh. So they're trying to nick it out.
Look, here's the break. Look at this. Look.
Oh, we are. What a wave. They're away.
Lad.
1-on-1.
Chance. There's a fella square.
No.
Square it.
Oh, you cocked it up.
Too slow.
To be fair, he started that on his own 6-yard box
But
there.
that's brilliant. That's brilliant defending.
No wonder he was knackered.
That is brilliant defending.
Look at that. I mean, look how high Denmark's line is, crikey.
If he had any kind of pace, I mean, look
He
who
was
caught him.
knackered, mate.
Look who caught him though.
He should have got across.
Look who caught him though.
No, but he was knackered. He started that in his own
He's a
6-yard.
professional footballer.
Started on his own 6-yard box.
It's not me.
Oh,
He's a professional
I'm
footballer.
just saying.
He's playing in the World Cup.
I'm just saying. Here's the chance. Shots on.
Standards, man.
Oh.
Blazed over. Corner. I mean, if they'd scored that really would have been a dragger in the
That's on
heart.
there now, and then I'll put it public.
Okay.
3.
Okay.
Who's just taking deflection? Oh, it's a
Good flag. Good defender. Was a good defender, nah.
Block.
Full Connor Cody-ish block. Corner to Tunisia. The second one of this half. The fans in good voice there.
This is not a renter mob.
No, these are
These are
ready.
proper
These are bouncing.
Tunisians.
And the Danes are at the other end, even the same. So,
Yeah, they
good
are.
atmosphere here.
They are.
They empty sheets
They
there,
look like
though,
a
right?
big empty
That's
sheet,
not
don't
good, is
they?
it? Oh, that's the
That
second
is
one you've done. You
full
got
on.
away with that.
Everton are going to sign him.
Flip.
Everton are going to sign him.
He's
with that
fully,
level of
he's on the
corner.
list. He's
That level
fully
of
on
corner.
Everton's list.
He's saying, listen, lad, take a better one or Everton are signing you. I thought you were doing comments now.
That's true.
I'm just looking at Michael Cosgrove's comments on Toffee Premier.
There's the ball in. Chance.
says-
Knock down. Cleared. Shoot.
Oh,
Yes,
shoot!
chance. Another
Oh.
corner. Watch
Again.
Tunisia. They've
Again.
got these
He
on
said-
the rack.
He says, what's your favourite kit manufacturer? And he's named a load. He's missed Kappa.
Good.
Why is
That's
that your
probably
favourite
That's
kit?
no Tunisia. He's wearing Kappa here.
I know.
That's
He named
great.
them. He named about
It's not
20.
his though, is it? So who's yours, Ned?
Um,
Who's yours? If you could have anyone to make Everton's kit, who would you have?
I'm quite enjoying Hummel at the moment
quite enjoying
because it
them,
feels
yeah.
like there's more thought that goes into the kits rather than like
Who?
a Nike or an Adidas. Hummel.
Okay.
So I'd say Hummel.
Okay.
Who's yours, Pedro?
I would. I don't mind a bit of Hummel, but if I had my choice, I would go for probably
Where you going? Everton?
Adidas. I'd say.
I'd say Adidas. But I'd want it a bit. I'd want it like for
Adventures.
Everton. I'd want it tailored for
I'd want
Everton.
adventures.
Yeah, I just wouldn't want it looking. If
But
we,
I do like Adidas stuff.
I'd be too worried. They just give us
You'd
basically.
be worried when they keep you up at night.
Every time I think of Everton with an Adidas kit, I just think of blue with three
Yeah.
stripes. I just think of Leicester. Their Adidas
Because
kits.
they wear blue as well. It's very Route 1.
I'll be honest. I as a kid, didn't used to mind Leicester because they reminded me of Everton when they were on Match of the Day. Because they
Fair
just looked
point.
like Everton. Blue,
Fair
white,
point,
blue,
well made,
as
Barry.
a kid.
I liked when we had Lecoq Sportif because the gear was all.
That's a ball again
Oh,
in behind. Oh,
the gear
was
was.
that not a
The gear was great.
the Cox Sportif?
Yeah,
The shirt with the amber collar was lovely, wasn't it?
because it was like it very much was basically all in-house design. And it was all very nice. So, well, looking,
These looked. I'm not being funny. Just right now, Tunisia looked the better
Yeah.
side.
Denmark.
They just look more organised.
Denmark are just dull.
Huh?
Very dull. That's
More of a
fine.
threat and everything.
That's fine.
Steve Donahue says, Baz, great interview
awful.
with Rooney.
Thank you, Steve.
If you haven't
Yeah.
watched the interview, then
Thank
it's
you
on the
very
TV
much.
Premiere.
He was very good. Good talker, good guest.
It was just nice to
Great
see him. Normally in interviews he looks a bit nervous. I felt watching yours with him, he was really relaxed. It was, he had some good laughs and he told some stories that we never heard before. And some of them are really, really interesting. And
I
quite
just
funny.
like the fact that he's never done an interview that long before. and certainly not one about Everton for that long.
And he always...
Anyone who interviews him, they're only a chance at Denmark. The other end, chance.
Oh,
great block.
Goal.
Goal.
1-0
Goal,
against the
Denmark.
ball play. It's offside.
Disallowed.
Scott
disallowed.
Olsen.
Still 0-0, Paige, don't worry.
It'll be checked. But Scott Olsen has just scored, former Everton target. Let's see. He's miles off.
If it goes through him, he's miles off,
He's
yeah.
absolutely miles off.
He's 3 weeks offside.
Yeah. I see what you're saying, because his
Finished, though.
career is very much... we won everything he did at United.
Yeah.
So every time, even though the questions gets asked, if he ever gets questioned about a famous goal, what was that? That goal against Man City, like... He always gets asked the same questions, where now you're hearing questions that's never been asked.
Yeah.
And so you're getting answers that have never been heard.
From an Everton
and
perspective.
stories, yeah.
And which is what he wanted anyway.
Which is why it's such a unique interview, in my opinion.
No, and that's the thing. He was open. He was honest. I know some people have still got an issue with him because he left, and obviously because of the badge. But I had to ask him about the badge thing. But everything isn't always what it seems, is it? As he says on the interview. And that's football, isn't it?
That's why it's a great insight. I think sometimes people forget that footballers are humans and they make mistakes. And obviously has his reasons for why he left and why all of that
It's
stuff
not.
happened.
I mean, let's be honest. That this one of the things is that, and obviously I was working at Everton, so I know the exact situation Everton Football Club are in. As in, we weren't going to get paid. Basically, it was they were talking about a delay on payments and all that, which shows you the state of the club. And obviously, he was sold. Everton wanted to sell him.
Unlucky Denmark.
Good bit of play in that.
Stolen.
And obviously, it's easy for us as fans to go,
oh, he slipped. Oh.
This or that or the other. I'd never do it all, but at the football club, basically, it's going to sell you. You have to somehow take, if they're going to get rid of you, you need to be able to take control of the situation yourself.
Go where you want to go.
Can we stop talking now, please, about you basically giving away?
I'm not giving anything away. Nothing. This is all fact. This is all out there anyway. But the fact that he talks about Everton for that long, you're not going to see that anyway, because, like we say, any interviews he's done previously, it's all been about, it's one question about Everton and then the rest of it's about Manchester United. And why not? He's their record goal scorer and won everything there, so fair play. But the Frank Lampard interview is out tonight at 9 o'clock on YouTube for non-Premier members. You'll be able to check that out. Still 0-0, 58th minute. Denmark have had a little bit more of a go.
This is actually
crossed
that's actually
Dahlberg
a really big
it.
chance.
Yeah.
Can't believe he's missed that.
It's actually a bit of a sitter.
I pushed the side of his head, but he didn't move much, did he? He didn't just go bang.
He wasn't angling it, was he? The Blue says, Baz, if you could choose between Goncalo Ramos, Evan Nilsson or Taremi, which Portuguese league striker would you rather have? Be Ramos, just age, ceiling is a bit higher than the other two. Yeah.
Brian Murray says if Ned was a coach driver on a magical mystery tour and there was a sweepstake to guess the destination, would he win?
Well, hang on. I can't drive a coach for a start. And B, I wouldn't be knowing where I'd be going, and especially if it was a mystery, because I'd be the least to know. In fact,
so I think you've answered the question, haven't you? Basically, he said, would you guess it? And you just said you wouldn't be able to.
I'd seen a story the other day saying a couple from St Helens had gone on holiday in Blackpool. I know.
Holiday?
I know.
Do you remember where he said his holiday destination was when he come in?
So Chester.
4 minutes away from his house. Yeah.
And they booked on one of those like magical mystery tour sort of places.
Right.
But it took them to St Helens World of Glass.
Why not?
So imagine going on holiday and ending up.
You're going on holiday to Blackpool.
Yeah.
Your
For
first
a start,
mistake.
that's your first mistake.
Your second thing is you end up in St Helens World of Glass.
World of Glass.
Back home.
Belter.
You're on holiday and you're back home.
It's like going to a factory.
Imagine. Just imagine. I mean,
why would anyone go there anyway? As in, well, I don't mean, I know people who are interested in that far, but why would somebody choose that as a vacation place to go to?
Blackpool, like I think, like maybe it's maybe it's like if they're a couple.
What's happened
if they're married, maybe they're like, oh, a lot of people go on stag do's and stuff to Blackpool.
Yeah.
Maybe thinking, oh, well, let's just go back here, reminisce. They've got Pleasure
Whoa,
Beach.
reminisce on what? Why?
Did they cop off
the
there?
stag do that they both went on.
Oh, the hen party and the stag do, or let's just go back here. There's a beach side.
That's a very precise.
There's stuff going on, isn't there, in the Blackpool
There's
front?
not. It's a fucking dump.
There's a tower.
There's a tower.
You can
There's a tower.
You can go swimming.
There's a tower. There's a tower in Liverpool.
You can go swimming.
Where would you go swimming?
At the bloody, what's it called? The slide place. Sandcastles. Sandhills. Not Sandhills.
Sandhills, that's a station by Everton's new stadium.
What is actually going on?
Know.
It's a water park in Blackpool. And the Pleasure Beach is there.
You allowed them to come on.
And there's museums and stuff in there. And then you can get a train down to Manchester if you want.
Why would you go to Manchester? Why would you go to Manchester if you're on holiday from
I don't know.
Why do you live to St. Helens?
I'm just trying to be the
real estate.
I'm just trying to be the devil.
Sell some property.
I'm just trying to be the devil's advocate for people who would go to Blackpool on for a weekend. I'm just trying to stick up for Blackpool here.
Why?
In case anyone from Blackpool's watching and come for us.
They're watching. It's a dump. It's a dump. Say it how it is.
You can get a hotel for £10 a night.
You can't though.
There's chippies.
There's chippies everywhere.
And there's seaside.
Seaside.
I think there's worse places to go, i.e. St. Helens.
Beirut.
Which makes it weird why they went to St. Helens as part of the holiday package.
Nice football.
Especially into a factory. It's not like they went to the Dream or something. They went to watch glass being made.
The Dream. The knob of the North.
It's a bleeding big weird statue outdoors, right next to the M62.
Looks like
it's
a
very
penis.
What a place to go.
Next to the motorway.
It's a nice walk though.
Is it? I've done it. Is it? It's just you're just walking up a little path. That's it. No, mate, you're not going to the knob of the North.
I'd go to somewhere like London if it was me personally.
Okay, let me.
How many
I
times you been
want
to
to just stop you right there, right? If it was you, right? Okay, this is you. How many times have you been on holiday to London?
A few times, yeah.
To London?
With family, not my own.
When you say with family, who do you mean?
Your mum and dad.
Mum and dad when I was younger.
When you were younger.
Yeah.
So you're a
How
man
old?
now.
12.
So
13.
as a grown
you're a
man, as a grown man for your own holiday, have you ever been to London?
No.
Then.
Well, I'd choose London over Blackpool.
But you've never chosen London over anything.
No, do you choose
you've never
strange
been.
ways over
That's why I say
Blackpool?
if it was me,
But it is you.
I would go
This is
to
you.
London.
You are you.
Ah,
But you've never been to London.
I've never been to Blackpool on a holiday either. That's why I said if it was me, I would go to Blackpool.
Would you go to
stop
Blackpool
this.
on a holiday?
No, I'd go for like a day out.
Would you?
Take the kids.
You don't have kids, though.
I might do one day.
You might. I mean, listen, you might do. You might also end up in strange ways one day.
There was an old Ned who like went to Chester for a weekend and had a great
There was
time.
an old man
But this
called
new Ned has been to Baltimore, DC,
How have you
Virginia.
been to them places?
Because I went with you guys.
Yeah, we took you.
So now I've experienced
But you're
that.
a man,
I don't
so
need
what
to
would
go.
you do?
I'm not going Chester again. I've been to DC. My standards are up. I'm going to Skegness.
You've been to Runcorn as well, to be fair.
I'll go to somewhere else, somewhere nice like Wales.
This is terrifying.
Okay.
This is absolutely terrifying.
Remember when Ned told us he was going to Wales in between Christmas and New Year?
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, but
And he was just going to phone up on Boxing Day to see if he had anywhere.
Yeah. But never. Literally never
Never
booked
happened,
it.
of course. Yeah.
Never happened, of course.
Well, what that was, it wasn't actually Wales. What it was, my God,
It was Wales.
my godfather
godfather
had a caravan in Skipton,
which is very
Which
much
is not
not Wales.
Wales.
It's Yorkshire.
but it closed because he was moving the caravan to
No,
Wales.
most caravans close in winter.
The caravan part, but then it was only opening in like March. So I
Yep,
thought, I won't be
because-
going then.
No, but that wasn't what you said.
What's
to us.
that got to
You
do?
told us he was staying in either a caravan
Oh
or
my
a guest
God.
house.
Yeah, but I didn't end up going.
Fair play. But you could just go to London if you wanted to. You're an adult. now.
Yeah, I
if
could do.
that's a place that you'd want to
Go
go
anytime.
to,
You go anytime in the next few weeks.
I'm not going on my own.
go with Cam.
He wants me to go Tenerife with him, and I actually really want to go.
So why don't you go?
I think I will do. We've just been looking at places.
So when are you going? When
Well,
does he want to
he's
go?
thinking of leaving Boxing Day and then just going for like a week or
So
something.
he's going to miss the Everton game.
Yeah.
Yeah, which isn't happening, is it? Cam's not going to miss
He's
it.
going anyway. He said he's going on his own.
He won't be
before
going
he
on
books
Boxing
it.
Day,
He said
I
come with
guarantee
him.
you. Everton are at home, he won't go when Everton are at home.
Yeah, because he's gave me a season ticket.
So he's just
I'll
definitely going.
sell it with your dad.
Has
Yeah.
he already booked it?
He's not booked it yet because he waited for me to say if I can go with
So
him.
he hasn't given you it, has he?
Well, he's got an apartment. It's his mate's apartment. Well, family's apartment.
But he hasn't booked it.
He doesn't need to book it because it's
Well, he
all
does, because
empty over
what's he going to
Christmas.
swim there?
Well, they've given him, said, yeah, I'll give it. He just needs to
He's
get a
gotta
flight.
book a flight, hasn't
Yeah,
he?
he needs to get a flight. But he's waiting to see if I can go with him first, so I need to sort it. I just don't fancy staying in his mate's apartment, so I want to go somewhere cheaper.
You got it for free.
No, it's not. He's charging for it.
Well, he should charge him for it.
It's a bloody
Because
cost.
there might be cleaning costs.
I'd get
This
some-
is the weirdest story about a holiday. You know,
Hang
that
on,
I've
hang
heard.
on, hang on, hang on.
Great
How
game,
much
this
is
though,
he
innit?
charging you?
I'm not going to talk about prices
Why?
on this show.
Why?
Because it's confidential.
It's not confidential, is it?
It is, of course
Clearly
it is.
the person rents it out, so I could find this information out if I wanted to.
It's about...
But hang on. Do you have any... Hang on, let me ask you this question. Do you know that this fella charges more than the average place is to rent?
Yeah, because I've looked at packages,
Yeah.
and it's about the same as much as he's getting this apartment for.
So what difference does that make?
Because you have to get this apartment
Yeah,
and then book flights.
yeah.
With the money you get the apartment for, you could have got that and flights and some are all inclusive, so you get all your food and stuff as well. So I'm saying, let's have a look around in the same area, see if there's anything else going better. If not, we'll get the apartment.
That makes sense. How much is the apartment then?
For a week, 900.
900 for a week.
No, that's nonsense.
You've been had off
That's
there.
nonsense.
If-
That's nonsense.
that can't be real.
No way charges none. That's nonsense.
That
For a
can't
week.
be
No,
real.
I'm sorry. I think he's got it for
Because
nothing.
you get all
I
in.
think Cam's having you ad. I think he's had you
That's
off.
why I said to
Oh,
him.
don't-
I just think he's
Cam
had
wants
you
you
off.
to pay 900.
That's why I said to him.
900 quid!
That's why I said to him.
I'm going to New York and it's not costing me that.
I said to him, we'll have a look somewhere else because that's
Cam's in the
incredible.
comments.
Has he mentioned it?
And Cam says,
Cam, is any of this legit? 'Cause
Cam
I'm not
says-
having any of this.
I can confirm I am going on Boxing Day.
Yeah.
So you've jibbed the match. Fine. I'm surprised, but fine. And he said, it's a very simple story that Ned is confused.
Yeah. Yeah. Why?
He said, that's wrong.
Yeah.
And he said, and it's for 12 days.
Yeah.
Not
We're
a
not
week.
going for 12 days, are we?
Well, you're not going, though. Cam said he's got it confused.
I am massively confused.
The apartment is booked for 12 days.
For Cam.
The apartment's booked for 12 days.
For Cam. He's booked it for 12 days. So if I don't go, he's got to pay 950 quid all by himself.
Right, it's booked for 12 days. Cam said he's going for a week.
I don't know if I can have 12 days off.
No, Cam's going for a week. The apartment's booked for 12 days, but Cam's going for
What
a
is
week.
going on?
But he's got to pay for 12 days.
I have no idea.
I don't know what's happening.
It doesn't. I think Cam's going with family. He can't be going on his own.
He's not going with his family,
He
he's
might go
going
on his
with
own.
his mate's
Yeah, but
family.
why would you book it for 12 days and go on only for a week?
I'm so confused.
I don't know.
This is very.
All I just want to know is, when are we going and how much do I owe you? And that'll suit me. And just let him sort it out.
You've just heard it right there, Cam. That's the question.
What I love is.
What I love is this surely should have been a conversation that was already took
What
place.
worries me is if me and Cam turn up an airport on our own, we won't end up on a plane.
Oh,
what a save.
Hang on.
Great save
what
there
worries
from
me is that
Tunisian keeper Christian
literally
Eriksen.
There has been no one has applied for any kind of time off.
I know, that's why I'm saying I need to find out what
Like
time we're going for.
Cam said, Jesus Christ, no. He said, I haven't booked it at all. It's booked for 12 days. I'm going with
Fine.
Emily. So Cam, where are you going? I'm going with Emily. Emily's going for 12 days.
Okay.
Cam's going for a week.
Yeah.
There's no mention of Ned.
No mention Ned again.
So I've been invited
Cam's having
and I've just been
Christmas
jibbed
with
off.
his family,
Yeah, and then
which
going.
he always
Fair
does.
play.
Very family orientated. That's what I love about him. And then he's
Is it
going.
though?
Then it's one of the things. That and the way he says, "Cause the Ronaldo," and then he's
Goal!
Goal.
Oh, it's missed it!
Oh,
how's
my
he
God,
missed that?
Denmark
A corner,
back in low,
a
please.
header down, and somehow the Denmark player has not put it in.
This will
And
be,
Cam, in response to Ned's,
Yeah.
imagine me and Cam
Yeah.
in an airport on
Yeah.
our own, we'd end up on the moon. Cam said, excuse me, mate, I've travelled to the other side of the world on my own.
I see, yeah. I wouldn't know where to,
that?
I wouldn't know what the first thing to do in an airport.
Your
me
boss,
is. I'd
right,
be like,
but you do make my head hurt, honestly, just with simple things.
you've been on holiday with me.
I
You
know.
know I'm a very thick.
You're not thick.
No, I'm
Yeah, I
book
don't think
smart.
it's thick.
I've got zero common sense.
I don't
I
think
don't
it's
understand
thick.
how we've
It's
got to this
just,
situation
I don't.
where Cam is going
Cam's
somewhere
going with
on
Emily.
holiday with
With a girl.
with a girl, platonic, I believe. I'm not 100%.
Yeah, I mean, as platonic as
I don't
what
know.
me and Rita have
I
been.
can't.
He's invited me, so I just want to know when we're going, so I can
But
get the time
you
off.
keep on saying that, and you've not asked for time off.
That's I need to know what time I've got off.
I don't think
I mean,
you've got any time
I need
off.
to ask off first. I mean,
It's a
what?
penalty.
no, I never touch his hand there.
It did this his hand.
Literally, it's
That's
his
there.
hand. I mean,
Yeah, but it come off his
No, but-
knee.
No, it come off his hand.
Just pause for a sec. Can we just rewind then? So did it touch his hand?
It did.
Right,
On the
thank you.
replay, it
Thank
did touch
you.
his
Well, you
hand.
could see in the first
Just
one.
on the replay.
I'm mistaken.
Cam has now said, you haven't been jibbed off. Cam, my head's hurting. You haven't been jibbed off. If you're coming, we're only going for a week.
Oh,
but the
sound.
apartment is booked for 12 days. And then Cam's finished it off with, how is this so confusing?
So all I knew is Cam said, "Oh, we can have Emily's apartment. It'll be $950." So I was like, "What? We're going for a week." So whether we have to pay the $950 for the week, I've no idea.
And then Cam's just said, I've been to New York on my own, which you know. We've had
Oh, yeah,
we've
with
had
this-
this conversation.
That wasn't on your own,
The
though.
only argument I would say about that is New York is not halfway around the world.
No, but he's been on his own.
No, I
somewhere.
know, that's fine, but it's definitely not halfway
I haven't
around
been
the
on
world.
my own somewhere.
Ned, you would... Ned, you
I
would
would've
not
come
even
back
drive
alive.
your own car to Chester.
It's true.
All run
that
code.
is
I was doing
true.
you a job
What do you mean? You would... What does that even
because it
mean?
cost a tenner to park your car. I'll come with you, and it only cost us a tenner for both of us.
No, what you were doing was you were saving your petrol and using mine.
Well, you were going anyway.
No, that's what you... Well, you were going anyway.
I
Why
s-
didn't you drive
right.
me? No, hang on.
No,
Why
no.
didn't you drive me?
Well, I could have because I would have felt more comfortable if you was with me. This is why, right?
So why didn't you ask me?
I swear down.
Why didn't you say I'll drive
I didn't
us?
want to drive all the way to Chester
This game's amazing,
into the town trying to find this hotel because my anxiety would have gone through the roof.
Okay.
Oh, so now suddenly...
But
you've
when
got
we've been
anxiety.
3 times, you
How's
still...
he missed
don't-
this?
Well, next
Oh,
time we go
look.
Chester,
Oh, he's added it onto the post.
meet me here. Leave your car here and we'll come with me, and you can direct me.
It's all good,
This
mate,
is
it's
an
all good.
incredible conversation, by the way.
Stephen Lee says this is legendary.
I still...
Kevin
I-
Murphy's head's hurting.
I had it and I'm sitting next to him.
And Basic
Right.
Trig says I have to doubt on the book smart. I have to doubt on the book.
Is that Jeb Ali?
Brian Murray says, Ned, we don't need to see donkeys. We have a Venezuelan one.
What? I never mentioned anything about donkeys.
Gary Smith says, I'd have to take earplugs.
Cam says, I've had multiple conversations with Ned about these things. He just gets confused.
Carla says he wouldn't drive his car to the airport when you were going to America either.
Yeah,
You're
absolutely, I
right,
wouldn't.
Carla.
Absolutely,
Carla,
I wouldn't.
You're absolutely right.
What's
course
Carla
I didn't.
just said?
Disgrace.
What's
Course
Carla
I
just
He
didn't.
wouldn't
said?
even drive his car to the airport when we were going.
Yeah, of
He's
course
a
I didn't.
disgrace, Carla.
Nope.
Of course I didn't.
Nope.
He is a disgrace.
Why would I drive this?
And this other one, which I mean, Cam's just having them off here. Let's not start on the petrol saving conversation, please, lads. One. Ned, I've said you squeak when you walk, and I'm not wrong.
Yeah.
Cam also says this fella's got me flying around places like I'm some sort of Uber driver named Anachibi. Why did Anachibi try and kill us?
The other week we were at the, I think
Incredible.
it was after Palace, and I had a gig, and I said, "Come mine, I've got a gig in St Helens. You can come my gig,
Yeah,
and I'll drop you." He came back with me,
Yeah.
and then after my gig, drove all the way back to Liverpool.
yeah,
Incredible.
So we didn't have to drive, so we could have a
Yeah.
drink.
yeah.
And he was drinking apple juice.
Yeah.
So he was being adoring, is that what you're saying? Was he following in
Well,
your
no, I
footsteps?
offered because I thought I'd want to ask him to drive
Oh,
all the way
that's a
down to
terrible
St
ball.
That's
Helens.
awful. Well, you've
But
just said that because it sounds
Just-
like you were having
Ned,
a bit
you
of a
are,
go.
Petty
you are
money.
the tight. I don't know. Well, I do know where it comes from, but you are the tightest
Yeah,
person
yeah.
in the world.
I'm not tight.
No,
are.
you are.
I
to be
spend
honest.
a lot
There's
of
nothing wrong with
money.
it, mate, if that's how you are. There's nothing wrong with it.
You are
It's come
tight.
from somewhere. If that's just the way you are, that's the way you are. But don't deny it. You can't deny
You
it.
can't deny you're tight.
Yeah, this game isn't very good. No.
No.
It's
They've had a couple
But-
chances, but it's just...
It's not been great. John Norton shows how bad the game is when Blackpool is the topic of conversation.
I never mentioned Blackpool.
Stephen Lee says, could you imagine him in New York? He'd be the only one to bump into the wet bandits.
I'll scrap him.
Of course you would.
Criminals.
The Blues says the wet bandits without smart net.
They wouldn't. I'm very smart.
Yeah, I think the last 15 minutes is demonstrated.
Oh my God, Kevin Murphy said this is why I love this channel. Cam's come back on the petrol thing, said one time, that was lad, one time.
One time.
He said, tell the
White
lads
Cliff.
about driving to yours to go on a night out in possibly the shittest place on this planet. And then driving back and forth to go for a walk in a swamp.
We went to
God,
St Helens Town on Saturday, and
Ned in a swamp.
the cast of Shameless was out. It was absolutely horrific. I was mortified. And we got denied access into a club that I've been playing for 6 years.
Hang on.
And I said, go and get his name's Ian. I said, go and get Ian.
Yeah.
He said, who's Ian? He said, he's paying you. And he knew who he was.
Yeah.
I said, I've been playing here for 6 years. He wouldn't let us in because we were two lads on our own, and lads go in looking for girls, don't they?
Yeah, but if lads go in looking for girls.
Which is the point of going clubbing, isn't it?
You're two on your own. Why wouldn't he let two of you in?
I know,
What's
yeah.
going on here? It's not like you were 6 or 7 of you.
What's the way he said it? Two lads going.
Lads go looking for girls.
Why did you go to?
But that's why people go clubbing, to pick up girls.
Oh, Ned, I need to ask
to
you a
have a great
question.
time.
Why
I
did
don't
you
know
go
whether
to
ask
St.
it live?
Why did you go to St Helens though?
Just something different in it.
Something different. Something different to what?
Did you take it? Did you get it?
No, your dad won the bet. That's what happened.
That's your dad. Did your dad win the bet?
Of course he did. Of course he did. Of course he won the bet.
Oh
couldn't-
my God, he
like,
saw
I'm not
you
being funny.
coming. Big Stevie Lamb there.
I couldn't-
Sat there with a fat wedge.
I couldn't take it home. Cam was sleeping in mine.
No, stop it, mate. Stop it.
I was in this bar, and someone who was
Danny
in the
Hayes
bar
says,
messaged
Ped,
me.
get your
I was
hand
like,
out
"Come
your
over and
pants.
say
It's
hello."
not babe
I'm
station.
keeping me warm, self-warm.
Get your
Ned,
hands out your
Ned
pants.
said it's not roasting in here. Roasting.
Is that hot chocolate
Of course
maybe
it is.
warm?
Shut up, Ned.
I'm cold now.
I'm not saying that, Cam. I'm not saying that. Kevin Murphy said hard times if you're going out and St.
Oh,
Helens.
Cam, that's awful.
To the glass place.
The glass place. Yeah, I think it's why didn't you just go to the glass place on Sunday?
And then you went to Carmel Dam for a walk.
Yeah, that was a bad idea. It was so wet.
Why
Nice
didn't
in the summer.
Yeah, I love it. I love Carmel
No,
Dam.
in the summer when it's warm, it's not. It's sound, but not in. You can't go in.
Look at this photo.
You can't go
Yeah.
from September to April, mate. It's just not the place to go.
It's in this.
Why didn't you go to the Lake District?
Beautiful, innit?
Ned, why didn't you drive to the Lake District?
How about nay? Because there's a lake around the corner to mine. I want to drive all the way to the Lake District somehow. What a mess.
That's like saying, why would they go on holiday?
Is he the one who plays for Brentford?
Why would they go to out on holiday
Ramsgard.
for the sun when there's
Oh, no,
sun
almost
here?
Oh,
Norgard as well.
Palace.
That's a good
Jensen's Palace.
Help
innit?
him. Oh, he's pulled that down well, the kid.
So you're saying you wouldn't go to the Lake District?
I would go for the Lake District for like a week or something. That'd be a
Why-
great
why
Why
holiday.
wouldn't you go for the day out?
It's an hour and a
Yeah,
half
hour
away.
and a half drive.
I could do, but do you know where I like?
Absolutely
Do
gorgeous.
you know where I like? Riverton Pike. When you're at the top, you can see that it's Bolton Community or Bolton University Stadium. isn't it?
Wow, well, you
Reebok
sold
Stadium.
it to me.
I'm not
It's
being
like-
funny, right? I mean, I was literally there in like sometime earlier this year, but that was by the way, on the way somewhere. We stopped and me and my missus went up to the top, had to walk around and come back and then carried on somewhere else. So don't you can't liken Rivington Pike because you can see the Bolton Community Stadium to the Lake District, which is one of the most loveliest places in the UK.
Yeah, it is. I agree with you.
An hour,
is why it would be
hour
good to
and
go for a
20
week.
minutes, you can be at Bowness, mate. Lake Windermere, you can have a nice, there's restaurant, you can have a little
We'll go
thing.
to Lake Windermere at the moment.
I'd like to
No, but
go
I'm
the
there.
saying,
water's-
just,
the water's
no,
horrible,
no,
innit?
but I just mean like on the...
I'd love to go there, get a little Airbnb, take the dogs, and just like go for walks
why
and
don't
stuff.
you? Why wouldn't you just go there for the day? Leave at 9 o'clock, you'd be there at 10:20.
Oh, I might
And you
do.
could be there for the whole day and then drive home.
I know why. Because he'd have to drive. And he'd have to put fuel in his car.
Surely just get Cam will just drive, because apparently that's what happens.
Just
Cam
drink
just
apple
drives
juice.
anyway.
Cam can drive and I'll give him
Well, of
plenty
course,
money.
Cam
But
will
why
drive.
would... Hang on. So,
Who's this
you've
coming
got
on
a nice car though, he hasn't.
That's awful. He's got a BMW X5.
Who?
Cam?
Cam's got a crappy
He's got an X5.
When did he get an X5?
Oh no, X6, sorry.
When did he get an X6?
He bought it off his dad. Well, he's still paying him back, like, he's not insured on it now, but it's basically is now.
So he hasn't then?
Well, I think he's...
So Cam's driving around in an X6?
Yesterday I was in his living room and...
Is Cam driving around in an X6?
Not yet, no.
So
But I think yesterday they did the crossover, because Cam's dad said to him, find me my new car and that one's yours.
What's going on?
Do you just say things that aren't
No, what I'm
real
saying, by the
in
time
the
we go to
hope
the Lake
that it's
District,
real?
which could be on the weekend, he'll have his X6.
So you're going to the Lake District this weekend?
No,
Cam,
but no,
apparently you're driving the Lake District in your X6 this weekend.
No,
so
because
I
he's
want
going
pictures.
He's
I
going
want to
he's
see
going to party
pictures.
Saturday, so he'll be too.
So he isn't going.
I said we should go to the Dream on Sunday.
Go to IKEA while you're there. Oh my God.
I honestly, I don't know where we've gone here. I don't know what's happened here.
I mean, you're taking the mick, but IKEA is actually a great day out.
Who's taking the mick?
He said go IKEA while you're there. IKEA's boss.
A great day out.
Great people.
Two young lads going, where are you going? We're going to IKEA.
Dream, then IKEA.
Then IKEA. No wonder you're batting the
We
ladies
could get
off.
we could get a hot dog.
You're batting the ladies off.
Yeah, fighting them off.
Joking at you. Last time at IKEA I was being
Kevin Murphy says, Ned, can I hire you for a stag do? You're handcuffed to the stag.
for singing.
No, to be handcuffed to the stag.
That's not funny.
I think it would be funny. You are a funny, naturally funny guy.
That's not funny.
It is a funny thing.
That's not funny.
Cam says, Baz, please stop giving him
This
ideas.
is terrifying.
I haven't got the petrol either.
This is terrifying. Hang on, you're buying a BMW. You've both got BMWs and you haven't got any fuel to put in them. Yous are weird.
Which is the X6?
Yous are weird.
Let's have a look. I haven't seen it. I can't tell which one's an X6.
It's 4x4, I think.
Oh, it's like, so it looks like the Audi
So
Q3,
basically,
doesn't it?
Cam
Yeah.
will be paying more in insurance than he will.
Yeah,
Yeah, his insurance is stupendous.
yeah.
It's not as bad as I thought it would be. But
What did you think it would be?
Crazy. Crazy time.
like $4,000 a year.
And what is it, just 3?
About $2,000, I think.
Absolutely crazy.
How would you be asked?
I think he's paying it monthly.
I'm not.
That doesn't make it any cheaper.
I'll be honest, right?
Doesn't make it any
I
cheaper.
don't think Cam really wants. He's not here, so I don't think he wants the ins and outs of his life being discussed. You know what I mean? He probably, you know, whether he's got an X6 or he hasn't, he probably didn't really want that being discussed.
It's a nice car, though.
Well, it might be a nice car, but
I reckon now Cam knows that everyone knows that he's got an X6. He'll be like, oh, yeah.
Carla
That's true.
said,
so Cam will be made up that everyone knows he's got an X6 now.
Because everyone will know he's a gangster.
He's a
"I'm a
gangster.
though, is he? You
Okay.
drive a BMW, you look like a hairdresser.
I'm a gangster.
You look like a hairdresser.
I'm a real G.
Dev says Ned the third wheel, spot on. Keith said Ned as tight as a duck's arse.
Yeah, correct.
Carla said,
I'm
why
not.
is Ned wearing shorts? Just had to ask. Nobody knows.
No one knows.
'Cause I'm
And then
he doesn't
comfortable.
even
And
know.
then Carla also says,
Is Joachim Marla down the line?
Carla also says, there's a tower in Blackpool. Why would I go to Paris?
Who said that?
Carla.
Carla's. I love Carla. She's
Carla's
brilliant.
spot on.
She's nailed it there.
Nailed it. Absolutely nailed it.
Kevin Murphy says, lads, love this channel. I hope this is every day while the World Cup's on.
Who is that player, number 5?
And he also says, get Cam in the gangster. Joachim Marla.
Do you know
Brilliant,
what he looks like?
He's brilliant.
In the face? Patrick Schick.
Hang on, can I ask you a question? Where else would he look like him? Where else would you look at someone and go, God, you remind me of?
You
Well,
know, the kneecaps.
People say I look like Ed
Not the same.
Sheeran, and our face isn't anything like, it's just the hair.
But that's still...
You play guitar and there's the similarities. You've got red hair.
Yeah, some people say you
no,
look
no,
like Ed
I've
Sheeran
seen
in the
you on
hair.
when you're clean shaven. You do look a bit like Ed Sheeran. End of
Thanks for
story. Cam says, I am a gangster, to be fair.
No, neither of you
I
are
mean,
gangsters.
We are.
Neither of you
Neither of you have a clue what gangster
don't
means.
even know
We are.
what the pair of you is.
No.
Like, honest to God, the pair of you don't even weigh as much as
It's
I
Kevin
do.
and Perry.
It is Kevin and Perry.
Isn't it?
You've got delusions of grandeur driving on your BMWs when you can't even put fuel in them.
Cam's thankful, he said.
Honest to God, beans on toast week, champagne weekends, you used to, aren't
I
you?
put fuel in mine every week.
Are you messing with him? He's got blows. He just squeaks.
Yeah, I know.
He squeaks when he walks. I mean, Ned's so tight, he wouldn't buy proper Gatorade and then ended up tipping a fella. He tipped a fella selling drinks on the sidewalk. Tipped him.
I thought it'd be nice.
What would have been nice was if you would have bought everyone a drink when we couldn't breathe.
It was
Would have been nice.
the fella was sat there sweating, looked like he needed a drink.
We
The
were,
fella had access to all the water he needed. He had water and Gatorade. Baz is like that. Like dying.
We were
And you're
drenched.
like, keep the $3, mate.
we
you
were
could have brought.
drenched. We got a Gatorade that big.
Yeah.
And when if you'd paid $1 more, they were that big.
John Blaine's a man of a certain age. He could have collapsed at any time.
It was 94%.
That's funny because he was pouring Gatorade all over my back.
Because he
going,
was so because
yeah, cool off."
because
He was hallucinating.
he was
at that stage.
hallucinating of water
Did
by
you
the
think
water.
I was on fire? I chucked
The
Gatorade
best thing
on him.
about that was, right, I wasn't going to bring it up, but I am going to bring it up, right, was that you kind of like objected to getting those Powerade stuff and that, right? And you'd just been taken for your lunch by us, you haven't paid a penny.
Yeah.
And the lunch was like $30.
Every
and
day,
you
by the
wo-
way.
Every day.
Every
Didn't pay
day.
for any food.
Every day.
Every day.
The business.
No,
No, you're not in
You
the
can't
business.
just go out the business does that. It's money. It's
Still
real
money.
money. And yet you wouldn't pay an extra $2 or $3 so we could live. We
No, I
could
did.
survive.
But
But you
I
didn't. You give it to the fella who was street vendoring. You didn't.
I wanted to give him a tip.
You didn't. I'd have give you a tip. Get everyone a fucking bevy. And a bevy, I mean water. By the way, the
I got you
thing
water.
that sustains her.
I got 3 waters and
You
2
got me a
Gatorades.
water that was that exactly 3 waters.
I
No,
literally-
no. You got 5 waters and 2 Gatorades.
Yeah, I got a Gatorade in the water.
A Gatorade
and
in
I
the
said
water.
to him, get
And
everyone
you got
a Gatorade in the water.
And me, Cam and John, who were literally the 3 amigos, we were licking the sand off the floor because we had nothing left. You and Ped, the gingers, were out the way. I wasn't you, but I'm saying that's what he
There was
done.
no sand
Yous
on the
were out the
floor.
way
It
with
was-
your little bottle of water and your Gatorade up your jumper like that. I haven't got a Gatorade.
I
You know what's
literally
mad?
said, get everyone a water and a Gatorade, and he was going to. And as he got there, he realised he'd have to actually pay more
money,
So
so
he went,
stopped, yeah.
and then didn't know what to do, so he just went,
Keep the
keep
change.
I had money to burn.
And yeah,
And yet you wouldn't buy us stuff. So what was that all about? What was that all
On the
about?
last day, I had,
What was that
I had
all about?
spare dollars. I spent $70 on a harmonica. Then I went back to the hotel at 3 a.m. tried to
lost
play,
it.
and the security guard said he's going to kick me out
Oh
and I kept
my
playing Z
God.
cars.
don't change the subject. You're tight. You're just a
Just,
tight.
you know what the best thing to do? Just accept, just go, I am, to be
Do you know what the mad thing about that day was? That was the
That you
best day
didn't
of
pay for
our, that was the
anything?
best day of our lives.
Didn't pay for anything.
It wasn't the best day of my life.
It was the best day of my life.
It was a good day.
Didn't pay for
Yeah, he
anything.
didn't pay for anything.
Didn't pay for
apart from
anything in
that
the
water.
night either.
No, of course
They said
he
the
didn't.
whole night paid for
Bevied
him.
food. He was living the dream. Absolutely living the dream. And then he got to meet Wayne Rooney. He was living his dream.
I
And he
can't-
wouldn't even buy you a bottle of water.
I
and a
can't
Gatorade.
remember. I can't remember meeting Wayne Rooney at all
Scandalous.
on that night.
Scandalous.
Oh, crazy.
Incredible. This is still 0-0,
is
by the
still
way.
0-0.
88 minutes.
I remember sitting with Pete Shuttleworth for a bit and having a great chat with him, but I don't remember meeting anyone else.
I don't know. You do remember meeting Rooney, though?
I can't remember speaking to him at
You
all.
do remember.
Oh, this is
You
terrifying.
do remember meeting Wayne
I
Rooney?
remember him looking at me and going, "What's it like being ginger?"
Hang on. Can I ask you a question?
So we just said
Hang
he
on,
doesn't
hang on,
remember.
hang on.
Now he does.
Can I ask you a
I didn't
question?
talk to him.
Do you remember what went on in the other room in that hotel?
Of course he does. Clear it.
Do you
he
remember
does.
what happened in the other room? Yes or no?
I remember some woman chatting.
No.
on.
Do you,
Hang on.
I just want a yes or no.
No, what I
Do
wanna know.
you remember what
Let's-
happened in the
let's
other room?
clarify the woman.
Because the other day, you literally give me about an half an hour thing
Verbatim
of what
of
went
what
on
went on
in that other
apparently.
room and how this woman was all over you.
What
and
was
she
the woman then?
Chatting you up.
What was the woman?
And she wouldn't leave you alone.
What was the woman?
Do you remember that?
Uh,
Do you remember that?
I remember. I wish I could remember what she looked like. It was just
Yeah.
The
Okay,
woman,
forget
she
about
didn't
that.
have a
The
memorable
woman went
face.
from one
Yeah.
to
So
the
what
next
was this
fella,
woman?
to the next
Who
fella,
wa- what was this
to the
woman's
next
job?
fella, to the
What was
his
this
job?
woman's job?
Hospitality.
Hospitality.
In what way?
In
With
what
clothes
way?
on or no clothes?
She made sure everyone had a great time.
With or without clothes on?
She had clothes on.
No.
She didn't. Hang on. She
To
didn't.
do
make
her
sure.
job with or without clothes on?
My guess
Probably
would be
without clothes on.
and I say that because the next day I woke up with a message on Instagram off this person. How she had it, I don't know, saying, "Do you and your specky mate want to have some fun today?"
Imagine giving someone like that your Instagram. Is that him playing the harmonica? Look at Cam's face. He's livid. Cam's livid.
But he also looks knackered on the video, so God knows what time that happened.
Cam's just said, dead easy to find out what she looks like on Instagram, because give her your Instagram.
I didn't add her back. Wasn't adding a bloody...
Shut up, man. You've still got the message. Shut up.
Deleted it.
Of course.
Do you know who he's got? Do you know who he's got on Instagram?
Who?
The DC woman.
Yeah, we know
So
that.
just a nice girl who we
Nice
met.
girl.
Yeah, she was a nice girl.
She wasn't.
She wasn't.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
She didn't need
To take her clothes off to do hair jobs.
Yeah.
What,
To have
Did
a
she?
good time.
what clothes?
Exactly.
Her mate
Said
was
it,
nice.
Mate, they said it best.
I had a good conversation with her
Jermaine
mate.
Stewart said it best.
I asked her mate what...
I mean, he's wrong, but he said it.
her mate asked me what to do and
Yeah,
said,
he is what he died from.
I'll do this. I've just finished a degree in physics. It's like engineering. It's like, I'm a scientist. And she said, I'm a scientist too. She did chemistry.
Yeah, they
I said,
were
"I do
real
physics."
scientists. Yeah, they were real scientists. She was just a black one.
Oh yeah, they were all scientists,
Yes.
weren't they?
Dexter's lab there.
I'm not being funny, Ned, right? You're as much of a scientist as I am, and I'm not a scientist.
Yeah, but I'm a Bachelor of Science.
So am I.
Oh yeah.
With honours.
Sports science.
No, a Bachelor of Science with honours.
Oh, you done what did you
I'm
do
with
again?
one.
I've
As a
done,
scientist,
I've
and I've
done
got
geography and physical education and
Yeah,
journalism.
physical education. That's quite scientific, isn't it? It's biology and stuff. Well, I did physics.
In your degree?
Yeah.
You didn't,
I
though.
did.
What's your degree in?
What do you think this equation
Hang
was I
on,
sent you the
hang
other
on,
day?
hang on. No,
Don't show me a maths equation.
What is your degree
What's
in?
your degree in?
And it's audio engineering.
So that's-
So that's
That's
it.
not
So
physics,
that's
is
the
it?
end of it.
You
innit?
have to do.
No,
you
no,
have
no.
to know physics.
No.
It doesn't
that is
matter,
the
you
end
haven't
of
got a
it.
degree in physics.
But you don't have to know physics.
Of course you do.
You don't.
Of course you do.
It's not real physics.
Of course
is
you
it?
do.
If you were real physics, you'd have a degree in physics.
Impedance.
No, you'd have a degree in
Electrical.
physics. You'd have a degree in physics.
I've got a degree in audio
Yeah,
engineering.
you've got audio engineering.
which is quite physical.
No.
Physical. Not like that physical.
Yeah.
Like scientifically
God.
physical.
Oh my God.
All I'm saying is, by law, my name is Mathew Lamb, Bachelor of Science.
So's mine. But I just don't go on about it.
I don't go on about it, I'm just saying.
You keep saying it.
I
You
said
just
it's
told me you told a girl in Washington, D.C. you were a scientist.
well,
This is terrifying.
she was good looking. Not like that.
Well, it didn't help you.
This is absolutely terrifying.
This is crazy. This is Denmark. We're in the 5th minute of injury time. Denmark have a corner. Christian Eriksen is standing over the ball. If they score now, they quite clearly won the
We're in
game.
the sec-
Tunisian fans have got the hats over the faces.
Basic trig. I don't think he'll get this. Says,
Yeah.
Ned, I have some coal. I want to turn into diamonds. It might be a little bit uncomfortable for you.
That's disgusting.
You don't
What
even
does
know
he
what that
mean?
means.
Diamonds are made from coal. You have to crush them
So
down.
what does he mean?
He wants me to crush them for him.
How?
He doesn't want them to
I don't
crush-
want to know.
You don't crush coal to make diamonds.
Or do you know?
But that's what there's good ball in.
Oh, it's gotta be.
A save and a block. I'm not being. How's it gotta be? There was 3 defenders in the way.
This is the best 0-0 ever.
It's not though, is it?
No.
It's actually been terrible.
It's been some good chances.
Basic trick says, Ned, I'm a mechanical engineer, an actual engineer. I have a master's of engineering. I don't call myself a scientist or a physicist.
Well, that's down to you.
Oh, this is incredible.
I can't wait for this American
The Blues,
AOB.
the Blues, he is being serious though.
Oh, VAR. Hang on. VAR.
Penalty.
Hang on.
Oh,
What
don't
for?
give a
Here we go.
penalty to Denmark
Here we go.
in the 9th. Yeah, we don't want them to win. They haven't deserved it.
No, just
Tunisia.
In
have deserved
Denmark?
it.
No, I think if Denmark are awarded a penalty and it's fair, then they deserve to win the game, don't they?
Just never ever let him back on the couch.
Handball.
Because it's hit him. His
Handball?
hands are right next to his body though. Oh, yeah, that.
Oh, no,
it,
because
No,
no.
but what it is,
Yeah.
though, is he
Not having
controlled
that.
it though.
He's gonna give it, look.
Let's give it. He controlled it with his hand.
Let's give Denmark a free, Saudi a free kick.
Yeah.
Saudi, Tunisia a free kick.
that's fair enough.
Oh,
Denmark
corner.
don't deserve
Yeah.
to win it because that
I'm
was
not being
penalty.
funny, right? It hit him, and hit him there, didn't it?
If the ball's...
Fair
If,
play. No, not fair play.
If his
I like
hands
the fact
aren't
that
there.
he's done that.
What's good there about the ref is that just proves that every time you don't have to change your mind. Because he's nothing
Because
about...
what he's done
Yeah.
is, he's been given the choice.
Yeah.
And he's took what
He's gone, he can't get out the way, has he?
yeah.
so that's fine.
And it's not like his arm's in an unnatural position. When you jump, your arm goes up, doesn't it?
System like that, though. I understand.
no.
I'll understand if people say that's a penalty because he has controlled
it's
it.
It's not a penalty. Come
And
on,
if his arm's not there,
really
it's his chest anyway.
It's not really a penalty, is it?
The only way that's a penalty is if they change the rule to say that it's your hand, it's a penalty, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because he's not known anything about that.
Which would be a stupid rule.
Well, yeah, but it would be black and white then, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
So the interpretation would be gone. Still 0-0, but in the 5th minute, I'm sure there'll be another minute or so, because obviously we've had the VAR check then. Tunisia, I mean, imagine if Tunisia somehow nicked this now. Just a second.
They won't nick it.
No, they won't, because they've stopped going forward.
People are absolutely loving this chat, by the way. This is like...
Really?
I think this chat's made the afternoon for most people.
Well, fair enough, because this game's not, has it?
No.
Denmark come forward, ball in, they've got a
Back
man
in,
over, it's
back
got
in.
to be won. Great header.
Until we started having the holiday chat, it was quite dull, wasn't it? Let's be honest. Carla also says...
Yeah.
Carla says, did Ped shave his beard and give it to Ned? Yeah, he got a little bit of glue and just stuck it on.
He just wanted to look like Ped so much, Carla.
Carla also
That's
says,
not true.
and when he gave his dad socks for his birthday and didn't know you were supposed to tip waitresses in the USA. Yeah, again, 2 more examples of...
Of course I knew you had to tip
Ned
waitresses.
being
No,
very
you
tight.
didn't.
Because I knew their wages are basically
No,
tips.
you didn't till you were told.
I did.
You didn't till you were
You
told.
didn't.
You know now.
Gary
You
Smith
didn't.
says, take turns pushing each other in their cars for
I
a
didn't know
day,
anything till I
playing
was told
Dr.
anything.
Dre in the car speaker system.
Yeah.
What?
That's exactly what they do.
I don't like Dr. Dre. I like Eminem though, and Dr. Dre does a lot of beats for Eminem.
Dr. Dre's a scientist though.
He is the
He's a
scientist,
scientist, isn't he? So you should have mutual respect
Yeah,
for Dr.
you
Dre.
and him are like
'cause
on
he's
the
a scientist.
you're on the same
Yeah.
level as Dr. Dre.
And you're a
Really.
musician, so therefore you and Dr. Dre are
Is it the
basically
final
the
kick
same.
of the game? Ericsson corner keeper's got to claim it. Will do.
0-0.
And that should be
First
enough.
0-0 of the world.
That's a
Tunisia.
good point for Tunisia, I'd say.
They've done well. They had the best chances in the first half.
You know,
You and Dr. Dre are basically the same.
yeah. I
Really.
think so.
Who do you think will be the happiest out of this game?
Well, clearly
Well,
Tunisia.
clearly Tunisia, but I think they... Oh my word, I thought he was in there. Well, we're into the 7th minute now of this game. They just love the
Gary
extra
Smith
time.
says, can't see any games and great to have these laughs. So he's not even watching a
enough.
game.
And
He's just listening
he's
to
listening,
us.
listening
ramble
to Ned.
on.
Ned talk about being the same as Dr. Dre. The Blues have said, for God's sake, Ned, respect fellow scientists. And that's right.
Yeah,
That's
I
right.
think so.
He's telling you there.
I like how he uses the word fellow.
But that's
very
what
much
he's
so.
saying. So he's saying you and Dr. Dre are basically the same. So you've got to have that mutual appreciation.
Andrew,
both
right.
scientists, both musicians.
His headphones aren't the best though. Those
No, but
beats,
no one's asking yet. No one's asking you about that, are they?
headphone. That's not
Aw-
science.
awful.
asking you about
Yeah, 'cause
that.
the frequency response. That's my scientific view of them. The frequency response on those headphones is very unbalanced, which means you can't get
But
a
you know
true
the
to
way-
true to sound.
A 0-0, good point. But you know the way,
Response.
you're right, like you're talking like that.
Yeah.
I honestly think that you should be the one that gives Dr. Dre
Yeah, I
that
think so. I
information.
reckon if you ring Dr. Dre and said, Doctor, I'm also a doctor. I'm a fellow scientist. I'm also a musician of equal standing. I think this is what you should do with your headphones.
I reckon he'd
Because
appreciate that.
I think he'd
Thanks,
probably
guys.
say, you're absolutely right, young Mathew with a 1T. We clearly don't sell enough of these beats. And I have not.
And I reckon he's probably had
and he's
loads
probably-
of complaints.
Yeah, he'd
and
probably
he's
say,
needed someone on his level
I
to
did
tell
not
him.
be. I'm a billionaire, and I shouldn't be. I'm a fraud.
Everyone in
And
the
you
audio
brought
industry
that to my attention.
says the crap, the no good, and that's why we used to play
Everyone
sign.
in
I
what?
have sat in the audio
In
industry.
the audio industry.
I use Sennheiser. Some people use like Bose and other companies like
Should
that.
you sign
Those
it?
are tremendous.
Yeah.
If Beats got to that level where it was
Have you ever thought of using cyanide?
no.
No.
They're good, mate.
Yeah.
They put you.
See, I like
they're
how
good 'cause
we're on
they'll
the-
put you to sleep.
I like
they
how
relax you.
on the scientific analysis of Beats we're all on the same page, and that's
Do-
why we
do you
work so
think-
well together.
Do you think Dr. Dre, with being a billionaire, could care less about what people think of the sound in his headphones?
No, but I mean, Ned's just made a good point that everyone in the audio industry,
Yeah.
everyone
Everyone.
thinks that they're terrible.
Yeah.
So it's mad
It's
that.
like saying-
what I'd say is just a bit strange that because everyone in the audio
Yeah, yeah.
industry thinks that, why it's never been
No, I don't
discussed with
understand.
Dr. Dre.
It's
He maybe
basically
doesn't
like
know enough
it's like
people
looking
in
at
it.
Baz.
He needs to watch more YouTube, I'd
Yeah,
say.
Maybe.
definitely. It's like looking at Baz's Adidas trainees and like a world-class athlete coming in just going, or
Well, you wouldn't
maybe
wear
not
them. You
going,
wouldn't wear them.
see
to,
them
like,
trainees, they're no good for running, are they? We need to sort them out right now. Same, innit?
Well, Baz,
I'd say it's exactly.
well, Baz isn't running, and that's why I'd say beats are still fine to go and buy if you just want to listen to music.
Are
But
you allowing people to buy
if you
them?
say if you're producing
yeah.
or making an album,
Yeah.
you want to monitor the sound.
but
you need to know exactly what you're. If you're listening to beats
but-
that have like a low pass filter,
Okay.
you're not hearing exactly what everyone else will
I
hear.
get
so
that,
they're
Ned,
hearing them
but
on.
so what I would also say, what I would like to add to this conversation is that, you know, if we lived in a world where you could only get beats as headphones and we lived under some kind of strict fascist regime where Dr. Dre was the leader and he ordered everyone to wear beats, then I could understand your argument, but we don't live there. And I myself have a pair of Bose. That's my free choice.
I have
own them.
Sennheiser.
Exactly. So he's done actually quite well out of having crap headphones that the scientific
that everyone in the audio industry agrees.
doesn't want. He's done all right out of it, hasn't he? So
What I will say,
everyone's won.
What I will say, I myself at home
Yeah.
have a crap pair of audio monitors.
Okay.
So when I'm mixing a song,
Yeah.
I can listen to them on a crap monitors.
Yeah.
If I get my song sounding very
Yeah.
good on crap monitors,
Okay.
then that I've won.
But would it?
'Cause then it will
hang
sound
on,
very good
hang
on very good
but
monitors.
wouldn't it not make sense to have good headphones and just listen to?
Yeah, I
your
have good
song?
headphones as well.
Okay.
But I think the challenge for me is not
mean,
everyone is going to listen on good headphones
What
or
you've
good
gotta-
car
I think-
stereo.
I think-
Let's make it sound good on crap monitors so that people with crap speakers or anything can enjoy it too.
Is this for your YouTube videos that no one watches?
Or anything. If I write a new song and record it.
Yeah. Okay, fair enough.
Or if I do it for
Royal
TV
Blue
or
says
something,
beats
which
are
I'm not.
just stereo left and right.
Well, that's what all headphones are stereo.
I'm just reading
Sorry,
out.
David.
You might want to take your
Is that a
that-
scientific opinion?
Yeah, that's why they have tip ring sleeve on the end.
Tick ring sleeve.
You know,
Royal
tip
Blue
ring
also
sleeve.
says the headphones are just marketing.
Of course they are.
Yeah, of course they are.
But that's fine, isn't it?
This has been an absolutely incredible chat.
It has. Don't
Chat.
finish yet.
Go on.
Don't put the other clip at the end.
Oh, I got
The one about
the
the,
same one.
No, the other one.
Oh.
That Ped put out.
Why does the fridge just sound like
The
it
other one,
died?
the square one.
Yeah, the clip. It's the second clip.
Right.
Which one?
Which one? The one about when he's sub.
All right,
Come
I'll
on.
have to download
Well,
it.
go on then. We'll keep talking
But
for
it is.
2
It's
minutes.
great
while
that
you
you're
do
so
that.
prepared for this, Ned.
Keep talking for
You
2
know, you
minutes.
should be.
Yeah.
You know,
Is that clip on
it's
as
your. See this, Ned. Look, there's all kinds of like adverts for things that you should be all over. But there you go.
I will find a way
Well, go on.
to get this clip ready.
Can we pick up the squeak? You should have left the mic up so we can pick the squeaking as you brought.
Oh, yeah.
You took it off.
It's out. I mean, what? That 45 minutes literally flew over.
That was literally.
It flew over, didn't it?
It was, you know, some incredible comments from that, as always. Cam wants to know if we've got a date for the USA AOB.
No idea.
We need to just pick one. When are you? Well,
Do it out of my way.
No, we need you. We need
I don't know
you.
if I can cope.
It'll be amazing, mate. Carla's asked about 24 times for it. We do need it. Maybe next week before you go, before you hit the USA again.
If I can fit it in.
Yeah. Cam, I'll text you.
Chet.
Chat.
Yeah, this group's wide open now, isn't it? Tunisia,
Yeah.
Denmark.
So,
I mean, I don't know why Tunisia are top.
because they scored first. Yeah, they haven't even gone with the alphabetical order
Yeah,
there,
yeah.
have they? That isn't Hal Robson-Kanu, is it?
It is. The very same.
Fair play. They
He
scored a
played in
great
the
goal
Euros once.
Great
Played in the
goal.
Euros once, so why wouldn't he be on the World Cup coverage?
Goal was brilliant, though. And
You know.
also,
He also sells
Turmeric.
turmeric.
got Everton to... In fact, when we started using that, that's when we dropped off. I'm looking for something to blame. There's got to be some reason.
That almost hit one
double
arm onto the
handball.
other, though. So maybe he got it completely wrong.
Double handball.
Um,
Yeah, I think we'd be fuming if it
No,
was, that
that's,
wasn't.
it's just him, hasn't he? He's got his arm next to his body and fair play. It was a rubbish game.
Got a draw, haven't
It
he?
was a draw, it was rubbish. But you know what? Imagine how bad it would have been if you didn't have this, watch along.
The watch along. What the,
You wouldn't have
we
had-
like, you got it on anyway. And we're just
Yeah,
here to accompany you while it's on.
So the 4 o'clock game is it 4? Yeah, 4 o'clock game is
Is it your
Mexico versus
Oh no, Mexico,
Poland.
Mexico, Poland.
So we'll be covering that over on
Premier.
TV Premier,
Yeah.
which of course you'll be on anyway because you'll have signed up to watch the Wayne Rooney interview. You haven't already signed up, so We'll be doing this all over again. I don't think Ned's going to be here because I think he's going home.
No, he's going.
He's going home.
He's just basically conned us out of 45 minutes.
Yeah.
So we could watch footy. Said he was going to do shows.
To be fair, he's added something.
He has added. He's
added
picked
something,
us up
hasn't he?
With his...
What?
Can you put that clip in the drive, please?
Who?
The clip in the drive.
Just download it off the thing, yo.
Because it's useads.com.
No, it's on the media.
Or is it?
Well, of course it is, because
Well,
you
of
can't
course,
put it on
because
the
you
ads.
can't unload it.
You can't put it on the ads, can you? It's not on there.
Royal Blue says, hope the Premier interviews went well. It teases a Goosebumps personified. Yeah,
Go
they're
watch
good
them.
interviews.
Go and watch them.
Um,
Sign up for them and watch them.
the Frank Lampard interview's out at 9 o'clock tonight on YouTube. Matty Bush says, to be fair, not everyone who has beats are in the industry.
No, just normal.
That's
See,
it.
but if you're in the industry, does that give you some kind of like superpowered hearing?
Apparently so.
You know what I mean? So,
Apparently so.
do you know what I mean?
And the Blues says, it goes by bookings.
Oh, does it? Well, fair play.
And you can get out the group based on bookings. How many bookings you've had, not goals you've scored.
I mean, goals would help
Yeah,
because they win games.
If you went, so we've
Yeah,
got
yeah.
If you've got less
you
bookings,
need to have like decided. So Denmark, I'd take, had more bookings.
more bookings, so that's why they're
Fair
big
play, because that promotes honesty and openness.
integrity, which is what FIFA's all about.
It is all about that.
This is
It's
a
all
World Cup
about
full
that.
of honesty
And maybe
integrity.
maybe that's why the teams did not want to wear the armband for that very reason.
Yeah, very true. They're still discussing this.
How
he's missed that.
How he missed that.
Cornelius on the goal line, basically. Look at this.
Do you think he was named after the one in Planet of the Apes?
Possibly.
I think so.
Possibly.
I think his mum or dad might have been a big fan and named him after Cornelius.
You know, who knows?
done
Kevin
that,
Murphy
Ned?
says, great stream, lads. Thank you, Kevin.
Yeah. Now, have you done that?
Can you not see the screen?
I can see it,
Yeah, but
yeah,
tell
but
me
I'm
when you're
asking you
ready.
directly.
Is it ready now?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, okay,
Right, we're going to be back.
If you're on Premier, we'll see you at
We'll be back at 4 o'clock on
5
Premier.
to 4
Yeah.
before the match.
So, and you'll have all this great chat.
Yes,
so,
chat.
We'll see you then. Thanks for
Thanks for watching. Give the stream a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't, by
Give
the
this
way.
video a like.
Do it,
It
man.
helps the channel. It
Do it.
honestly does.
And also, watch this. I went to Southampton at the end of the season before, and you were sub.
I was fuming, mate. I was fuming.
But what was mad about that? Obviously, everyone had to get dispensation to take you out of school and all that, which is bizarre when you think about it. But what was it like for you? Because remember, you warmed up, started warming up, and all of our ends stood up and were singing your name.
Yeah.
We hadn't even seen you kick a ball in the first
Yeah.
team, and people are singing your name. What was that like for you?
It was mad. Obviously, I remember going to the game. Actually, I was sat next to Mark Pembridge on the bus, and then he got me with obviously the old trick with the stadiums there, and he's there saying, "How far away are we?" And I'm there like dead young. Yeah, there's the stadium there. Got me with Dad, and then I'm warming up, and then we win the game. I'm thinking, if he would have put me on, I would have been the youngest player to ever play for Everton at the time. And I was fuming he didn't put me on. And then I think after that we had Blackburn, the last game of the season, and I got called up to the under-17 Euros with England.
Right.
I was devastated, didn't want to go. I was just like, because I would have played
You wanted
some parts of my game, whatever. So I was devastated with that, and went to the obviously the Euros with England, and then started the pre-season. But to be on the bench and be rounded, and it was mad.
You remember that? I've never told you this before, but I was working at Everton at the time, and we had Tottenham the first game of the season, and you come up to the ticket office with your mate, and you had no top on. You're juggling a ball. It was the Friday before the Tottenham game. Your mate was buying tickets, and I'm looking, thinking, I'll be sat in the stand tomorrow, and all my hopes are pinned on you, and you're just there juggling a footy with no top on, and it was just so natural for you, wasn't it, to just always have the ball and
Always,
just be like.
always did, and
And you went back out after that Spurs game and played footy on this.
yeah, I used to always do it. Where Colleen lived, there was like a little courtyard, garages and stuff. So after the games, I'd just go there with my mate.